Hello. How y'all doing? Let me turn this up. Make sure y'all can hear me. How y'all doing? It's been a while. Been a week or so, I guess. But I went live last Wednesday. I think he's live every Wednesday. But um, welcome, man. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for being here. I see we got a first time Tricia. I think that's how you say her name. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just being part of the live. I think I seen you in my wife's channel. I think yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, on North Free Living. Thank y'all for all joining. Just another night with me. There's no telling what's going to happen. We might do a little laugh, might be a little serious, might do a little bit of both. You never know. But I'm Solomon Savoy, CEO of Faith-Based Workplace LLC. I got my beautiful wife. She's in the chat, North Free Living. She's gonna be putting in the chat, I'm pretty sure, about the book that we just was a part of. We co-authors of a book that came out on Monday. It hit Amazon #1 bestseller in 3 different categories. I can't remember all 3 categories, but it's 3 different categories. It actually went #1 in. So to say that's your first book you ever wrote and a part of, for it to be, Amazon bestseller, I think that's a tremendous accomplishment. And then we woke up today, we're in a magazine. Like I said, the blessings just keep coming. I'm overwhelmed with joy. But we're in a magazine that came out came out yesterday. Matter of fact, I didn't know it was coming out. I just seen it on Facebook, and so we part of a magazine as well that's pertaining to the book. So we got that came out. So I like, man, like God just is in the blessing business. And if y'all was with me last month, I was in an article last month. Shannon just put it in there. The Money Talks, Uncut Convos, Power Couples. So I think it's still 99 cents on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, the Kindle version. So if you click that link, you can download it to your Amazon, to your Kindle, and it's like 99 cents before the prices go up. I know the paperback, or the hard copy, I should say, should be coming out, I guess in the next couple of days or whatever. So, because I want to get my copy as well so I can have it. But yeah, so magazine, what I'm saying, today, book on Monday, was part of a conference on Monday where we spoke. I know Rizzo came through. He showed love. I think we had a few other people came through as well. Hey, how you doing, Christine S? Welcome. How you doing, daughter of God? Tiffany Walls, my sis, Coach Natisha. How y'all doing? So it's like, man, this is, I don't know what's going on. Remember, I told y'all been paying attention to this channel for a while. Hey, how you doing? My sis Telsha's in here. The T on NPD and relationships. Hey, follow her, phenomenal channel. She's gonna be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. She always come through showing love. But yeah, so it started off January. I like, the people contacted me. I didn't really know what it was about, but it ended up being a nice article, a nice write-up. We had dropped that came out last month. Then, like I said, the book launch came out this Monday. So it went, like I said, again, #1 on the Amazon bestseller list in 3 different categories. And then we found out we was in a magazine, which we didn't even know, but these people launched a magazine. They part of the couples as well. They launched a magazine on yesterday and dropped the magazine. So we part of that magazine as well. So I'm like, wow, what I'm saying? And we got other things that's coming down the pipeline. I know Shannon got some more announcements going to be coming down as well. So it's like, hey, how you doing, Miss P? Welcome. Hey, how you doing, Dr. G? My sis, Pink Girl Teaches. That's Joy. Hey, go follow Joy channel as well. If you want to get that smooth groove, like that late night music DJ vibe, that's Joy talk. She talk real smooth. That's my sister. But go check out Pink Girl Teaches. She always live on Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then also, of course, go support my wife, North Free Living. She's not going to be live this Saturday because Joy has the event going on this Saturday. So I know she's not going to be live. That's why she went live on yesterday. But we're just breaking chains of it, like my wife said. We just breaking generational curses, and we doing some big things. We got things. I got some more announcements going to be coming up here within the next month or two, once I get some things figured out. So just stay tuned. And I'm not one to boast or brag, but I'm just showing y'all, when you stay diligent with some of the things that God has, for you to do, you stay obedient. What I'm saying? A lot of these things start to happen. So who would have guessed I would be part of an article? And then who would have guessed I would be part of a book? Although that was always a dream for me to be part of a book or write a book. Who would have thought? What I'm saying? And then who would have thought I'd be in a magazine? I'm just saying, if you'd have told me last year, you're going to be coming out the gate, the first 2 months, you're going to be in a magazine, an article, and part of a book. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and they got other announcements that's going to be coming down. So again, hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. If this is your first time here, hey, hit that subscribe button. That's that little bell. Turn on all your notifications. Hit the like button. You know, we all about likes over here. And it's the likes are for other people, you know, it's triggers something in the algorithm and things like that here on YouTube. You want to get this shirt. Hey, this is my wife's new shirt that she has that she has out on her website. It's www.northfreeliving.com. Let me put her stuff up since I'm talking. So if you want to follow my wife, this is all her Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, her website. If you want to get this shirt, this is a sweatshirt right here, but she has the t-shirts as well. So if you want to get this, has her logo and everything. So always nice, comfortable sweater. And you ever ordered a t-shirt or something from her, you know, she always got good stuff. I like this one, right? It's nice. I had to turn the AC on because, you know, I'm sitting in the office, but you know, it's a nice sweater right here. And like I said, she has lots of shirts and merchandise. So again, if you want to pick up one of those, hey, go to her website. It's right here, www.northfreeliving.com. And on Tuesday, if you're on Clubhouse, check out on Clubhouse. Also, this is all my stuff right here. You know, if you want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, it's all faith-based workplace. And then, you know, my website as well. I'm going through a rebrand with shirts, but hey, you know, see what my sister say, Joyce say, she said, Shannon tees are the softest ever. Yeah, they are. They like soft and smooth. Like I said, I'm going through a rebrand, so I'm be coming out with new shirts here. Hopefully within the next month or two. I got to sit down with these people, and so that's gonna be another announcement coming back with t-shirts, and my wife is going to help me with that. So see, she's going to help me so I can come out with something that's better than what I have. But hey, thank you for that, sis. Let me see. I just seen that pop up. Thank you for that, Telsha. May God return it to you over and over. You always coming through showing love and support and I'm not even talking about money, just coming in and just being here. You know what I'm saying? So it's always cool. Thank you for that. Sowing that seed. She said, congratulations, my brother and sister. So proud of you both. Thank you for that. And we appreciate it. And we proud of everything that you're doing. We proud of everything that Joy is doing. My brother Rizzo just gave me some announcements yesterday with his podcast. You know, he's signing some new deals and stuff. So if you look around, what I always notice and what I always said, I like to surround myself with people that are doing things. You can't learn how to be a millionaire hanging around people that don't have money. I said this before. Just think about what I'm saying. You can't learn how to be an entrepreneur being around somebody that has never started a business. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around people that's doing things. Now, I'm not saying they can't teach you anything, but I am saying you cannot learn from those people. But when you're around people where God is blessing them and doing things, and you know, you got like I said, my brother Rizzo, follow him on his podcast. He's in 89 countries right now and steady growing. And he's, you know, he has big numbers. I think he said the 2 he dropped this month, which are part of Black History Month. I think it's his 2, correct me if I'm wrong, Rizzo. I think it's the 2 biggest podcast drops that he has had on his show. And he's steady growing and he's getting, you know, sponsorships and stuff now. So you can see the community is, that's why I tell y'all, whenever y'all in a chat, even if I'm not talking about any kind of celebration or anything, that's why I tell y'all all the time, you know, put it in the chat, man. Like if you know contact for a certain amount of time, if you came out with a book, if you're in a magazine, if you're in an article, if you're on a TV show, hell, I don't care if you're on the news, you know what I'm saying? If you're on the news and you just want us to go see you, I mean, you know, whatever. If you're on CNN, whatever it is, people need to know this because a lot of people think after narcissist abuse, they believe, I'm saying they, don't ask me who they is, but there's a lot of people that believe that it's no love after narcissist abuse. That's a lie. Look at Shannon and myself. We're not the only couples. They got other couples that have been through this, other people that have been through this. You know, they say you can't start a business and do these things if you don't. Okay. The lie detector determined that was a lie. So we hear about support. We hear for supporting one another and building a family atmosphere, a safe atmosphere where we can talk about narcissist abuse, talk about other things, you know what I'm saying? What there's preachers in the pulpit. Go check out Shannon's video she did about pimps in the pulpit. Hey, check it out. Awesome video she did. But what I'm saying is you got to be able to celebrate. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about gloating. Nah. When Joy dropped her book last year, I'm proud of my sister for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Dropping her book and then her website and just witnessing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, come on, man. Come on. When my article dropped this year, I was shocked that I was even in the article. There's people that know me, I don't brag, but you know, I'm sitting there like, wow, I'm part of an article. And then, we had wrote this book, so we didn't know what was going to happen with that book, but to be part of the book is like, okay. And then you backdoor, and then you part of a magazine that came out of nowhere. I'm like, man, come on, man. And George has workshops, Shannon has workshops, so I'm proud and happy of my, things my wife got going. Telsha has a lot of things going on. I was looking at one of TikTok. She got a TikTok that went over 2 million views. I'm like, man, that's a celebration. I'm like, man, I don't know nobody personally with TikTok that I know her. Well, I do. I can't say that no more. I know Telsha, and her video has went over 2 million views in TikTok. I just look like, man, praise God, because a lot of times people think they just see the aftermath. Y'all don't see the work that we put in and things that y'all just see, okay, Solomon live or Shannon live, Telsha live, Joy live. That's all y'all see. And y'all like, okay, it's a good message, but you don't see the work behind the scenes that goes in. Just like we don't see the work that goes in what y'all doing each and every day, But the Allen B, matter of fact, he signed a lease on a truck. He drives 18-wheelers. I know how that is, drive 18-wheelers. So he signed a lease, I think what it was, last week or the week after. So if you don't see the people we're around, have things going on and God is blessing them and things are starting to open up, I'm telling you, all the seeds we've been sowing, all the work we've been putting in, you're starting to see the harvest this year. I know this ain't got nothing to do with my message, but I'm just telling you, they got a lot of people that's doing things that sometimes we forget. So many things are going on that we forget. But I seen that about Telsha. I wanted to mention that because I told y'all, like, man, that video, 2 million views. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? For what Rizzo got going on in this podcast, I'm like, man, they got a lot of things. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more, y'all. If you got a promotion at work or got a raise at work or whatever, man, that's all should be celebrated. Stop worrying about the big things and celebrate the little things as well. Because a lot of people, they just think about, I want to be a millionaire. Well, to become a millionaire, you got to make your first 100,000. I'm just saying, you got to start somewhere. So if you're making 100,000 a year, you should be celebrating that. So I'm just saying, it ain't all about money, but I'm just saying, I just figured I'd get that out. But again, man, it's just awesome. Like I said, we just in February, y'all. We're just in February, and all these things are happening, that I'm mentioning like right now. So think about what I'm saying. All these things are happening right now, and we're just in February. Usually, one of them years go by like later. I don't know if y'all remember, but 2020 and 2020 and stuff when COVID happened, it's one of them years that went by. We're just trying to get out. 2021 was kind of a recovery year. You kind of like, man, what is going on? 2022, I don't know about you, but it feels a lot different from what I've been in the last couple of years. It feels a lot different. Like I say, with the things that are happening in the first 2 months, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, God. I see what you're doing. So as long as you stay consistent in your prayer, stay consistent in your worship, and stay consistent down the path that you're on, you're going to reap the benefits. So you got to stay consistent. You got to stay consistent. I got to stay consistent in your prayer. Don't just come on here and wait for me to pray for you. No, pray for yourself. Don't wait for Telsha to say a good prayer or sing for you. No, do some things for yourself. Don't wait for Joy or Shannon to sit there and give you a good word. Read the Bible for yourself. And stay on point and and do those things, but we can't do it by ourselves. So that's all I'm saying. But like I say, I see all the congratulations. I ain't catching all of them, but I'm just looking and I'm just happy. Hey, how you doing, MB Jones? Welcome. I'm just happy to see let me put it up there so it's on the screen so everybody can see all the things that are happening within this community, within this family, because man, it's a lot of stuff going on. If you don't see it, if you don't witness like greatness going on around, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what to tell. I didn't pointed you in 5 different directions of things that's going on, and some of them had to do with me, some of them didn't. I mean, I'm talking about Telsha, I'm talking about Joy, I'm talking about Rizzo, I'm talking about Allen B, and that's just the ones I know about. I know what's going on with myself and then with my wife Shannon, but I'm just saying what's going on right now. I mean, it's a lot of things going on. I'm sitting back like, man, this is awesome. Hey, how you doing, Judy Mills? Welcome. It's a lot of blessings that's going on, and a lot of y'all getting blessed. I mean, you got to look at some of the blessings are just simple. Just being alive and waking up this morning, blessing. Having food on the table, blessing. Roof over your head, lights, blessing. Wi-Fi, blessing. I know we don't think of that. Like, man, that's just, I pay for those bills. Yeah, but how you got that money to pay for those bills? How you got that job? You think it was on your own doing? You think you're smart enough and got a job by yourself? Okay. Well, if you believe that, I got some oceanfront property for sale for you in Ohio. I got oceanfront property for sale in Ohio. For y'all that ain't too good with math, I know some people not good with math. They ain't got no ocean in Ohio. It's a joke. My brother Rizzo, now if he said they got an ocean up there, I don't know. He stay in Ohio, but they ain't got an ocean up there. So I'm just saying, you got to look at all these small blessings, all these big blessings, and look at everything overall and figure out, it ain't that hard to figure out that it ain't coming from man. It ain't coming from your husband. It's not coming from your wife. It's not coming from your brother, your sister, your mama, or your daddy. It's only coming from God, which is our Father, but you get what I'm saying. So don't get caught up on, well, and don't be a hater either. Or you know, and what I'm saying is, don't be a hater because somebody else getting blessed and you not get. Maybe your time is coming down in a little while. You see what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in the particulars, like, well, why are they getting blessed and I'm not? Maybe you're not doing what God told you to do. I don't know. Maybe I've been listening and now God's starting to bless me, because maybe I'm just saying. But again, y'all want some oceanfront property in Ohio, I got something for sale. I got something for sale for you. I got something for sale for y'all. But again, man, I'm just congratulating all my brothers and sisters, because you can see it. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get more announcements coming out, not just on this live, but I'm talking about throughout the year. You're going to see different things announced that's going on, book launches and TV shows or whatever the case is. You'll be like, wow. So you can go over there to the other channels and, you know, you can look at, you know how you talk about examining the fruit. You can go to the other channels and go over there and bash the narcissists and talk about that. I get it. But then you got to examine the fruit. Like, okay, what, you know, we ain't really got nothing going on over here. When I go, at least when I go over there, they celebrating each other and staying on one accord. But hey, I'm just saying. Jeremy said, I thought Ohio was landlocked. She said, I thought Ohio was landlocked. My wife said, I remember days when it was a win to get out of the bed and go from bedroom to the living room. Man, look here. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about last year when we got sick. Yes. That was a struggle. That was a win to eat half of food, because I wasn't even eating all my food, that we had lost weight and everything. So you got to look at, man, there's a lot of blessings going around. If you're not seeing it, if you're not witnessing some of this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, just sit back and continue watching and observing and watching what God is doing in your life as well. And don't be scared to comment in the chat or congratulate somebody, because we're gonna congratulate you when you put something in the chat about you went no contact or you didn't, you know, want a deal or whatever the case is. I mean, we're gonna be celebrating you as well. So, you know, don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that person. But I didn't waste some of y'all time. I just had to get that off my chest and just let y'all know. Nothing bad, but you know, oh, I see what you said. Just I'll talk about when I was in a dark place in the wilderness, but that too. Okay. I thought you were talking about that. Okay, I got it. They both fit. They both fit. But again, man, thank y'all for being here. It's awesome. Let me see. It's cold in Oklahoma. I think I read be in Honduras. It might be tropical down there. Okay, Alan B, you trying to start over with Honduras again? See, supposed to be my brother, but you see how you do? See, boy, I tell you. But let's get started. This message right here, y'all. Let's get started with this. I didn't got all the announcements, everything that I think I wanted to say, and just, you know, again, thank y'all for being here, celebrating all y'all, whatever y'all got going on. Hey, let's continue to push the narrative. Let's continue to grow, you know, as a community and grow in our worship and everything like that. Let's continue on. Consistency is key. But this message right here, I told you a couple weeks back that I wanted to talk about this. You know, I got to say, for y'all that don't know, I have a bachelor's of science in occupational safety and health. I also got an MBA in project management. Again, I'm not boasting or bragging, but I'm trying to tell you where I'm getting this root cause analysis from. Root cause analysis in the safety background, we always come up with the 5 whys. Because when an incident or accident happens, we have to determine, how did that accident happen? And I know it might be so simple as the guy tripped, but we got to know the time of day. We got to know why he was walking in that area, if that's the area he's supposed to be in, like what he was doing in that area, when was he in that area, where the sun was. You got to know all these things. Was his shoes tied? It's a lot of, you see what I'm saying? It's a lot of questions that have to be asked. It's not as simple as he tripped and fell. And the reason why I'm saying it, because I had to do a write-up like that a few years ago, where a guy, he did trip and fall, but come to find out he had the wrong boots on, for one. And two, when he was stepping up on these steps to get into the building, they had a piece of metal that was sticking up. See, that was left out of report, but after doing a little investigating, they had a little piece of metal that was lifted up. They didn't have the plate. They didn't have it taped off. and he tripped over that. So it wasn't just he tripped and fell, but I had to get to the root cause of it. But this root cause, right? You know, I like to do things different. This root cause we talking about is root cause analysis with narcissist abuse. It's not safety, but they go hand in hand because you're still trying to get to the root cause of the problem. So you see what I'm saying? So the root cause in narcissism, we got to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but I promise I'm gonna pull you out. We're not gonna stay down there, but we got to go down a little bit just so we can figure out how did we get to where we at right now. Like, how did this narcissist abuse happen with the spouse, or why we didn't see it in our parents, or why we didn't catch the red flag the first time, the second time, the 14th time. You know, some of us, we hard-headed, you know, hard-headed makes us soft behind. So root cause analysis, 5 ways. But like I said, we're talking about the root cause analysis of narcissist abuse, which is a spin. You know, I like to do things different. I'm going to spin it off on narcissist abuse. So we're going to talk about the 5 whys, because it's a reason why we getting caught by these narcissists, or some people like to say we're attracted by narcissists, or they're attracted to us, or whatever you want to say, you know, no pun intended. But let's get into this. First, we need to go down and break this down so we all on the same page. I'm not saying anybody in here is not smart or intelligent. I know we all are, but I like to break things down so that way we all on the same page. For the people in the live and the people that's going to watch this replay, I want to make sure we all on the same page. That way when we walk this thing down, okay, you can see it, you know. So let's start with the root cause. What is the root cause? Root cause is the deepest cause in a causal chain that can be resolved. When they talk about causal chain, it's a chain, basically a chain of events. It's a lot of things that happen that get you to this point where incident or accident happened. But what we're talking about, what narcissist abuse happened with a spouse or a friend or a loved one. So as a root cause, it's a chain of events that happen. And we're going to break that down. It's not just boom, you just all of a sudden end narcissist abuse. No, that's not how that works. It's a chain of events. It's something like maybe your mama was a narcissist and you didn't know. Maybe your father was a narcissist and you just didn't know, but you was raised by them. So we're going to talk about familiar spirits a little bit, because it's something familiar that got us to this point that we're at now. So let's keep moving. So what is analysis? Analysis, and you can Google this. Analysis is the breaking one big problem down into the right smaller sub problems. You know, you got to make it into small pieces so you can figure it out, each of which is much easier to solve. So once you break it down into sub problems, it makes it that much easier to solve. So we're just trying to figure out where the narcissist abuse started. It's going to be much harder, but we start looking at the smaller details, let's say the red flags that we seen in our parents or we seen in our spouse. Then we can start to figure out the sub problems and figure out, I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, how you doing, Jennifer? Some of the triggers, you see what I'm saying? We can figure out some of the triggers and how that all escalated to narcissist abuse. So it's each of which is much easier to solve by finding and resolving its root cause. See what I did there? I didn't do that, but that's part of the thing. But you got to resolve all the sub problems, all the problems that exist to get to the root cause, because you want to get to the root cause. You want to get all the way down to the root of the issue, the root of the problem. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, my mom is a narcissist. Oh, my dad is a narcissist. Oh, I was married to a narcissist. I read about it, so now I know everything. Well, I beg to differ on that. We're gonna go deeper than that. So let's go deeper, because I like to go deeper, because right now we surface level, just breaking down root cause and analysis. If I was just to stop this video right now, y'all would be like, what is he talking? He didn't say anything. And you know, I'm not going to leave y'all like that. It's like leaving y'all hanging like a suspense thriller of a movie premiere. And you're like, oh, I want to watch this. So we got to keep going. I mean, if y'all want to keep going, just let me know. If y'all want to stop right here, we can stop and we can talk and laugh a little bit. But if you want to keep going, say keep going in the chat, because I just know that we all on the same page and we all listening. Because if we're not on the same page and we need to talk about analysis or root cause a little bit further, we can do that. But if you want me to keep going, we can keep going as well. This is a very interesting topic, actually, to be honest with you. It's very interesting. When I started looking at this and breaking this down yesterday, it's very, I will say this, my mind works a little bit different when it comes to things. I'm happy for that. Again, that's a blessing, because I can look at certain things like root cause analysis. Most people go think of that and say, they're talking about safety stuff. And then when you read the rest of it, like, what is he talking about? Root cause of that with narcissist abuse? Well, just the way I do things. But I see y'all say keep going. So keep going, Rizzo. Okay, so let's, like Rizzo just said, let me go ahead and do my thing. So let's break this down some more. What causes us to go back to the narcissist? Some of us, it's going to be love. And I left a few things off. Y'all can add in the chat. I like this to be an interactive chat, so that way we all can learn together. Some of it is because of love, even though we know it's really hatred that they have towards us. But we're gonna say love. Some of us, it's the familiar spirit. It's something we used to. It's something we done been around for 10, 15, 20 years. We've been raised by narcissists, so getting married to a narcissist is familiar to us, so therefore we go back to it again. So like I just said, it's something we're used to. It's manipulation. It's also, I left this off, but I wasn't going to forget about it. Some of us, it's also money. And the reason why I'm saying that, because some people, whether the husband or wife, are at home, not able to make money. Now, they got housewives and they got house husbands. They do. They got the wife that's making the money, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you're in a situation where you can't just leave because you're dependent on the other spouse to do what they need to do. So therefore, you go back because of that reason, because of money. So as I just named, there's several different reasons. We can add to that. It's a lot of different reasons that we go back. But that manipulation is one that sticks out to me in familiar spirit, because manipulation is something that narcissists do oh so well. They're very good at it. And manipulation involves lying and cheating and all these other things. I don't need to name all of them, but it involves a lot of things. So when you sit there and look at manipulation for what it is, you're like, man, how did I miss this? How did I miss this red flag? But a narcissist is real good at what they do. The devil is real good at what he does. So let's get into our first Bible verse. First Bible verse, 1 John 4:1. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. So it didn't say test some of the spirits. It didn't say test a few of them. It didn't say test several of them. You need to test all of them, like everybody, even me, my wife, Telsha, Joy, Rizzo, whomever. You need to test all the people that's around you and make sure that that person that you're hanging around, that person you're getting information from, is feeding you accordingly, because if they're not, you need to find somebody else to be around. I'm just saying. I mean, now you do what you want to do. We all adults in here. You do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you what I would do and what I do. I don't just listen to people just because they trending. Nah, I need to get to the root cause of it. Like, why are they trending? What did they do to get elevated? Why are they in this situation? Now, I'm not saying everybody's evil. That's not what I'm saying. But some people, they elevated for a reason, even in narcissist abuse, even in the narcissist community, i.e. self-aware narcissists. You wonder why they have so many followers and channels, like myself and my wife and Telsha and Joy and, different channels like that. Why we not on the same page? Because people, is what I just said, they go to familiar spirits. They used to narcissist abuse, so they're trying to learn from a narcissist about narcissist abuse. But you're trying to heal from narcissist abuse from a narcissist. Make that make sense? So you're trying to learn from somebody that's a narcissist, self-proclaimed, about a situation that you're trying to get out of. That makes no sense. Like my wife just said, make it make sense. That makes no sense to me. It's confusing to me when I just said that. Think about that. You want to go learn about narcissist abuse from an evil, demonic spirit that's teaching you what narcissists think, because they are self-proclaimed narcissists. Now, why would I do that? What would make me go to a self-proclaimed narcissist channel, video, whatever, and learn from them? Now, if we was talking about cooking and I wanted to learn how to cook, I would go to a chef. I wouldn't go to the garbage man. Make that make sense? If I was learning how to be a farmer, I wouldn't go. You see what I'm saying? You got to go to the. I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. If I wanted to learn how to be an engineer, chemical engineer, whatever, I would go to school. I would get educated. I would learn from somebody that's in that field. But why do we make the decision to go say, hey, you know what? I'm going to learn how to heal from narcissist abuse from a narcissist. Let's think about that for a few seconds. I'm going to go a little bit further. Let's think about that. So I'm going to learn how to heal from narcissist abuse from a narcissist. But I'm trying to get away from the ex, which is a narcissist. That's like a slap in the face. Isn't it like a backhanded compliment? I mean, you're trying to learn something from... I'm confused. I'm confused, and I see the channel, I see the numbers growing, and I'm like, wow, all these people going over there listening to a guy that's talking about narcissist abuse and celebrating him because he's telling y'all what he did to women. Or she's telling you what she did to men. Or they got self-proclaimed women narcissists too. But they celebrate, oh, thank you for sharing. No, what's going on? Let me just break this to you. You ain't caught on yet. You are being their supply. And they getting a supply overload because they got 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers to their YouTube and TikToks and all that. And you just giving them supply overload, all the little comments. Thank you for helping me and all this. Y'all talking, y'all thanking them and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Am I in the Twilight Zone? What is this? Why are y'all thanking this man or this woman that's talking because they told you what they did? And you wonder why you can relate. You can relate because they telling you what they did to the people before. That's why you relate to it. It's familiar, but do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. So if you don't test the spirit and you just listen to the spirit, that spirit might be from the devil. So you just out there listening. You just want to listen, and hopefully you getting some help and those type things right there. But I don't know to tell you. I can't do it. I can't do it. Let me see. Christine said, this man created and sent me an email calling us soulmates after 1 year, 7 months, no contact, and all these block calls. But the gag is he created an email address in my name to send it from. This man, come on, man. See, that's that crazy talk. That crazy stuff that narcissists do. Manipulation. I just talked about that. That's manipulation on a whole nother level. Create the email address out of your name to send you. Okay. That's what we doing, huh? Okay. Simple question. Where did we learn this behavior? We learned it from people that have been around us for many, many years. We ain't learning from our new friends. We ain't learning from our new family. We learned it from people that have been around us for years, from our parents, from our aunties, from our grandmothers and grandparents and different men or different women that have been in our life. That's where we learned it from. That's why it's nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. It's like, man, this right here, this all makes sense. That's why I chose the person to marry that I did, because I was used to it. That's why you chose the person that you got married to or had a child with or whatever, because you was used to saying these things. We just didn't call it abuse. And I don't know if it's just me, but I've seen a lot of things coming up, and I'm pretty sure you have too, but not one time did I call it abuse. And when you sit there and look at it for what it was, when you peel the layers back of an onion, the onion is going to make you cry. So when you peel the layers back of your childhood, it's probably going to make you think and cry as well, because you start peeling them layers back and get to the root cause, you begin to figure out that it always been abuse. It might have been some love sprinkled in there. You know, it's like cooking some food and, you know, to make it taste good, you go season it and put a little flavor in there. I was telling this to my daughter earlier. You know, you can put, you know, you got some recipes where they'll say, you know, sprinkle a little salt or sprinkle a little pepper, or a pinch of salt or pinch of pepper. That ain't gonna make your food taste like nothing. Ask me how I know that. But I'm just saying, so when you peel that onion back and you start looking at the root cause of even the onion came from a root as well. I'm just saying, I'm not an onion expert, but I'm just telling you, it came from a root as well. So if you start peeling back the layers of your own life, your own childhood, you start to get to the root cause, and you realize that your mom might have been a narcissist. Your dad might have been a narcissist. Your stepdad, your brother, your sister, your auntie, and everybody else that I can name down the whole list. You begin to figure out that, man, that's why I did. Thank you for that on the Cash App, sis. May God return it to you over and over again. God bless you. That's why I'm the way I am. But again, we got to unpack this and we got to get to the root cause, because we stay surface level, we gonna get surface. You know, it's like praying for them mediocre prayers. You know what I'm saying? God, thank you for waking me up. God bless you, and pray for everybody. Amen. That's a mediocre prayer. That's not a good prayer. It's a prayer, but it ain't got no substance to it. It's one of them surface level prayers. And I can tell you, because that's what I used to do. But what I'm saying is, to get to the root cause, you got to say them root cause prayers. You got to come out with them prayers that's coming out like you calling things out. You call a thing, a spade, a narcissist, whomever they are. Whoever they are. But I know some of y'all might not be ready to call your mama or your dad a narcissist. Some of y'all not even ready to call your ex a narcissist, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to work through that, because like I said before, and I keep saying this, we got to go from elementary to middle school to high school and hopefully off to college when we're dealing with narcissism, because you're on a healing journey. It's a journey. It's not a one-stop shop where you just go in and talk to one life coach, one therapist, and you healed after 2 or 3 visits. That's not how that works. Nah, ain't how that works. It's not how that works. It's not how it works. I'm going to read a couple more, then I'm going to get into the chat. So, unlearning narcissistic behavior is harder than it seems, because you've been taught this for years and years. Some of y'all, a few decades. Some of us, a few decades. So to try to unlearn these same behaviors is not as easy as it seems. You can't just go sit down with a life coach. I'm a life coach, but I know you can't just have one session with me and we unpack your whole childhood in an hour. We can't even unpack even if you book with me for the whole day for 8 hours, I guarantee you, we'll unpack some stuff, but can we get to the root cause of it and what? Probably not. It's going to take a few times to dig through this, because for one, you have to be willing to open up to me, and I got to be willing to share the knowledge that I have with you for both of us to learn together, because you might teach me something even though I'm the life coach. I'm just saying. I'm smart enough to know that I can learn even from somebody that's going through healing themselves or trying to get their healing journey. So I'm smart enough to know that. So years of neglect and abuse would take years to heal from. Notice I didn't say it's going to take days to heal from. It's going to take years. Now, do you have to see a life coach for years or a therapist for years? Maybe, maybe not. But if you're doing your own work and getting your own healing and getting to the root cause, why these people telling you what they're telling you, it's still going to take you years to process all the abuses and all the manipulation, all the lies, all the deceit, all that stuff. It's going to take years to unpack that and unlearn all those things. Just think about what I'm saying. I mean, it takes us months and months to unlearn like a eating disorder, like a behavior like that. Like you eating snacks at nighttime or whatever. It takes a couple months to get your mind to start to regulate. Okay, I'm not going to do this no more. It's just like lifting weights or something. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to up your game and lift more weights. It's going to take you doing that a few times before your mind and your body, okay, it reacts. But with narcissistic abuse, remember I told you, sometimes physical abuse is much easier to heal from than emotional or mental abuse. And the reason why I say that, because physical abuse, when you get to the root cause of that, it's very simple. An event happened, you got hit. The root cause is you got hit, and then the healing process is you just got to take, put some cream on it, or you take a while, for it to heal, whether it's a blackout, whatever. It begins to heal. But that emotional abuse and that emotional abuse, that ain't something you just can just look at, like what I just said, and put a little cream on it, slap a little Bengay on there, and just go heal. Or slap a little ointment on there. That's not how that works. No, it doesn't work. Anybody tell you that? Oh yeah, I can get you over that hump in 2 or 3 seconds. Okay. Think about what I'm saying. So you got to realize that if you really want to get to the root cause, you're gonna start having to ask the questions: why, who, what, when? Because some of us, if we really dig into it, you can go back to when. It's gonna be sometime probably in childhood when a situation happened that kind of put you back. I ain't gonna even say a few steps, several steps, to where you was healing from something that you shouldn't even been part of the process. You shouldn't even been having to heal from that. But again, we got to get to the root cause of this stuff. So getting to the root cause is it's a hard task, but it's doable. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, like we can just, you know, like I said, do it in one day and, you know, that's not how that works. But we can do it. We're going to do it together. So bad and angry love. What is Solomon talking about? Bad and angry love? Well, let's be honest. We all ain't been around good love our whole life. No, we haven't. A lot of us have been around bad and angry love. What do I mean about bad and angry love? I'm talking about the emotional, the physical abuse you've been with. I'm talking about way back in childhood, before you even met the ex. Like Tiffany Walters said, that mental and emotional hurts deep. It does. So what I'm telling you is that bad and angry love that mental and emotional abuse you got from childhood, before you was even 10 years old. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that part. That bad and angry love you was taught and you went through. It teaches us bad and angry behaviors. Because, see, every action has a reaction. So if you was abused, whether it's physical or mental abuse before you was 10, it's going to have a reaction at some point at some time. Ask me how I know that. It's not that I know some people think they can pack it in the back of their brain and just forget about it. And it's going to show its ugly head at some point at some time. And you're going to have to deal with it when you're 20 or 30 or 40, 50. Some of y'all even 60 years old, you just now dealing with things that happened to you when you was 10. I'm just saying. So getting to the root cause of these situations, it's like, wait, hold on, man. Hold up. Like, what happened back then? Hey, how you doing, Kenyatta? Welcome. Thank you for joining. What happened back then that put me in the situation where I'm in now, that I'm trying to get my healing when I'm 30, 40, 50 years old? That's that bad and angry love. That's the bad and angry love that was taught from parents and grandparents and cousins and siblings and whomever. Let me read this Bible. I'm going to jump in the chat right after this. 1 John 4:8. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. So think about all the times you've been in a situation, you knew it wasn't love, but you stayed. You stayed why? Because what I just said, familiar spirits, you stayed still. I stayed still because of a familiar situation, and it's learned bad behaviors and bad and angry love that taught me these behaviors that I'm still unpacking now. Situations that I didn't deal with back then, I'm trying to deal with them now, because the little Solomon that was 10 years old didn't deal with it then because he didn't know how. But the 44-year-old Solomon is like I told you, they got a good song that I listened to by NF. He said, you're looking for the old me, check the morgue. So the 10-year-old Solomon is no longer here. Now, is it a part of me? Yes. But you can't get over with, you can't get over on me with the little small manipulation things and tactics and things like that. The angry and bad love, that doesn't work. You're going to have to put in some work to be able to get that over on me. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that easy. And you got to build up enough. You got to have on your full armor of God for one, but you got to build up enough strength and courage to realize that no matter who, and notice I'm not going to say a particular name or person, no matter who this person is that's giving you these issues, when you get to the root cause of why these things are happening, it makes it, I'm not going to say it's going to be total easy. That's not what I'm saying, but it's going to make it a little bit easier for you to understand why you're doing the things you're doing. Why you allow the narcissist back in after they didn't gave you emotional abuse year in and year out, and lied to you year in and year out, cheated on you year in and year out, and you still taking them back year in and year out. That's because you seen your mama cheated on. I know y'all want to talk. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Y'all want to talk about it. It might be too deep for some people. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop, because sometimes you can go a little bit too deep, and you go, when you go too deep, sometimes it messes with people and they don't want to hear about that. But you know what? The thing about it, you came to my channel, so I guess in all actuality, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. I think, if I'm not mistaken. What then meaning? So my thing is, again, the thing about it, we've witnessed our parents go through abuse. So when we get abused, we see the same thing we seen back when we was little kids. So it becomes familiar to us. And you ask me how I know that, because if you have a son or a daughter that's raised in an abusive household, they see this day in and day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year after year. They turn 10 and 11, 12, 13 on up. Even in their 20s, they still seeing mama and daddy locking up like two bulls. So when we start to get to the root cause, we can start to see, like, you know what? I've been saying this a lot, more than what I should have, more than what I wanted to, but I've been saying this a lot. And the thing about it is, the fact that I've been saying that so much, it has actually played a part of emotional abuse and mental abuse on me, because I was a child. When I'm saying me, I'm talking about you as well. We were kids, so it has played a huge part of our life, but we didn't unpack it. But we're going to unpack this today, because I'm saying no more. We can't keep going the way we've been. Nah, we can't keep doing that. We gotta, we can't. Let me jump into the chat a little bit. We can't keep living like we've been living. That's the definition of insanity. We knowing, we witness abuses and things like that as children, and here it is. We like, well, I'm just gonna pack it in the back of my brain, and and you wonder why you get into a new relationship, and then to my sister, you get into a new relationship, and the man can't relate to you because you're not being your real self, because you don't want to tell things that happen. And I get it, but if you unpack that, you might not have to unpack that with that man, but you need to unpack that with somebody of the things that happened to you when you was a child. Maybe you can start to have a relationship with this man that you're trying to date or whatever. Same thing for my brothers. If you got issues that happened when you was a child and you don't get to the root cause of that, those issues don't just go away. You don't just sweep them under the rug like I'm sitting on right now. You just don't sweep them under the rug and expect them to go away. Nah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. It doesn't work like that. Jennifer say, what is so wrong is what the empaths, more normal ones, got slapped, woke up to the truth and pursued healing, and the sick cluster Bs stay toxic and keep harming victims. Yeah, they keep harming. And the reason for that, because they move around. You know what I'm saying? When I say move around, I don't necessarily move to another city, but they just move around and able to just, and then what happens is, you might have told your story to a parent, but you didn't tell your story to the new supply parent, so they have no idea what they getting involved in. It's like if you knew somebody was a serial killer or a bank robber, would you tell somebody else? I think most of us probably would. So to me, it's no different if somebody is a narcissist. I'm talking about a real grade A, like a full-blown narcissist, cray-cray. It's no different when they start dating a new supply. And I know now I know some situations, the new supply is part of the problem because they knew you was with the guy. I get all that. Hey, how you doing, Queen E? Welcome. I get all that. But I'm saying it's when a new supply doesn't know. And they run into, you ever heard the saying, they run into a buzzsaw. They have no idea what they getting into. And they sitting there trying to figure out why y'all relationship ended abruptly the way it did. It's the reason behind it. It's the reason behind all these things. It's because we got to get to the root cause. We got to get to the root cause. Yes, he sure will. Sister, won't he do it? Yes, God will always do it. Amen to that. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, I'm gonna keep going. I got to keep going because this too good to just stop right here. I'll just be leaving y'all hanging. What y'all gonna wait for another episode next week? Nah, we can't do that. Let me scroll down a little bit because I was a little further up. Let me see. Okay, let's keep going. We got some more stuff to unpack. So a lot of people always ask this question. Hold on, wait. I went to the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, I'm right. Just making sure I'm right. Don't want to jump out of turn. So a lot of people want to know when we're going to get our healing. After narcissistic abuse, after emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse, when will we get our healing? When would the narcissist, this is the second question to ask. I'm going to answer the first one. I'm going to try to answer the second one, but bear with me. The second question is, when would a narcissist get what they deserve? Y'all know we all have asked that question. You think you're looking at their Facebook, and y'all know my thing on Facebook and Instagram, you following them and wonder what they're doing. Stay off the people's stuff. But anyway, let's answer the first question. When will we get our healing? We go get our healing when we start putting in the work to get to our healing. When we start getting to the root cause. That's the when and root cause. When is when we start putting in the work. When we get to the root cause of why we keep making these bad choices in life, why we keep doing the things we're doing, why we with narcissists, why we got narcissists on the workplace and we scared to tell them stuff. Why, but when. So when we get our healing, that's when you start putting in work. When you start doing things out of the norm, when you start telling people, when you start testifying, telling your testimony to people, that's when your healing goes start. Now, your healing is ongoing process. It might take years and years, and I might be 70 still working on healing, but you should be better than what you was last year, this year. I'm just saying, if you put in the work. But let's go to the second question, because a lot of people like to ask, when will the narcissist get what they deserve? The narcissist gonna get what they deserve when God decides to give them what they deserve. I know you're like, man, that ain't a good answer. No, actually it is, because I think sometimes we're so caught up on when the narcissist is going to get this, if you be patient and let God do what he needs to do, because you got to remember, he took you out of that situation, however you got out. If you got out, if you had to run out with just your bag of clothes, if you had to get a divorce, if you just had to move to another city, move to another country, whatever case, you got out of that situation. So now it's time to allow God to do his work. So the narcissist go get what he go get when, and I say he or she, obviously, they go get what they deserve when God, it's all about timing. That's one thing I know about God. It's all about timing. Everything, your healing is about timing. You getting out of a narcissist abuse situation is about timing. You starting a new job is all about timing. You praying different than what you prayed before is all about time, because people need to see something in you. So the when and the root cause when is when God decided to do what he needs to do, or what he wants to do. I should say, not what he needs to do, what he wants to do. And that can come in different ways. That could come in, maybe the narcissist finally go to jail for a year or 2 years or 20 years, whatever the case. Maybe the narcissist lose their job, but it might be 3 years after you divorce them. So does it really matter when they get what they deserve? But we're like on the edge of our seat, like I'm sitting in the chair, we're on the edge of our seat waiting for them, hoping. Some of y'all praying, which I hope y'all not, but y'all hoping and praying that this person has some kind of downfall so you can say, God, I'm happy. But I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't be praying for somebody to have a downfall. Even though you went through narcissist abuse, what you pray, like my wife always said, you pray for the scales to be removed from their eyes, because God can change. Everybody always asks this question too. Well, when God go change them, or can God change? God can do anything he wants. He can change a narcissist. He can change me, you, whomever, whenever he wants. But it's always a but. But you know what I'm saying? But if God not helping this person, my sister Telsha has said this before, if God is not helping this person, why are you going out there trying to help them? I'm just saying. Because some of us want to help everybody. Want to be, you want to save everybody. You want to help everybody, save everybody. Jesus didn't help everybody. I've heard this before and I did a little research on it. It's true. He did not help everybody. Think about all the people that he walked by and preached to, talk about Jesus, and people that needed help, but he didn't help everybody. He was specific with the people that he helped. So if you worried about when the narcissist go get what they deserve, it's when God decides to do what he's going to do. That's my simple answer for that one. I'm just saying. You have to remember that our healing takes time and patience. So it takes time because remember what I said earlier, after years and years of emotional and physical and financial and all these different abuses, it's going to take time to unlearn those things. Healing is a process. It's not something similar. So again, we're trying to get to the root cause of why we're in this situation. And some of us, I think about just me saying earlier, we realized that we might have seen our parents go through different situations. We might have seen our aunties and grandmothers go through different situations. And then now we're starting to think like, wait, hold on. That might be why I'm so used to seeing the things that I see and I kind of shut down. Because when I was a child, I shut down then because I wasn't ready for it. But some of y'all, a lot of y'all, most of y'all, probably all of y'all, I know I just said a lot of y'all, but are more equipped than what you was when you was a child, when you was 10. You're more equipped now, talking about today, tonight, right now, than when you was when you were a child. So stop being scared of what happened to you when you was a child. Get to the root cause of that and deal with what's going on right now, which is your healing. So we want to unpack this and get to the root cause. We got to figure out that, you know what? if I've seen this over and over, it's like going watch whatever your favorite movie is, whether it's Predator, Green Mile, whatever your favorite movie is. If you watch that movie, Saving Private Ryan, whatever, if you watch that movie over and over, Color Purple, whatever, you can start reciting the actor's words and everything. It's the same thing when you think about your healing. We can get to that point where you can start remembering exactly what happened and how it happened, and then you're able to tell, you know, whether it's a life coach or a therapist or psychotherapist, whatever you need to go talk to, and tell God, you look here, I was a child then. And I know some people, they'll go in and say, you know what, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I have to. They'll go in and say, well, they blame God. They blame God. They blame God for the situation they're in. They blame God for the things they've been through. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, you do what you do, but I can't do it. I can't blame God for me choosing an ex or me laying down and having relations with a woman out of wedlock. I can't blame God for those choices that I made. But what I can do, I can get to the root cause and figure out why I make the choices I make, because I've seen this learned behavior over and over and over again, like watching reruns on a movie or reruns on TV shows. That's how I can get to the root cause. And then once I pinpoint, you know what, when I was 9 or 10 or 15, whatever, this happened. That's when my life changed, because a lot of times you probably was happy-go-lucky riding your bicycle, making mud pies. I know y'all's kids do all kinds of stuff, making mud pies, doing all kinds of things, just having fun, you know, just being a child. And then it's a situation that happened where you were no longer a child. You was thrust into adulthood by an evil predator, a narcissist, whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? So when you pinpoint, if you can look back and say, well, I was happy all the way till I made the age of 15, 12. I was happy. Everything was good. Didn't see anything. But my mom married this guy. I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying my mom married this guy and then my life changed. Or I was touched by this man and then my life changed. Or I witnessed a event. My life changed. Now we get into the root cause. Now we're starting to figure out, like, okay, well, if I was happy, because a lot of it, we get so caught on the day that happened. Whatever day that happened, and whatever that issue that day happened, it's like we stopped living. We stuck on that day, and we start saying, "Oh yeah, we had a bad childhood," not remembering everything that happened up until that point. Does that make sense? So everything that happened from you being born all the way up to you at 15 or whatever age that event happened, you were actually good. You had a good childhood, but it's when that marriage happened. It's when that emotional abuse, that financial abuse happened. It's when whatever, something happened, and then now we unpacking things, and then from that day moving forward, that's when things were different. That's the root cause right there. That's the root cause right there. The root cause, I'm telling you, the root cause is right then. Whatever you can pinpoint. Some of it might have been when you was 20. Something happened in college. I don't know when. I don't know everybody's story, but I'm saying something happened, and when you sit back and look at it, like, man, hold on, man. See, like Trisha just said, when you were a child, you thought like a child. Now you become a man or a woman. Amen. Thank you for sharing that. So the thing about it is, if I can put this back on, so I can be back on the screen. So the thing about it is, if we can get to the root cause and pinpoint when our life shifted, took a change, took a turn, went left when we should have been going right, we start to realize that, you know what? I actually had a great childhood up until this point. You see what I'm saying? Childhood was great up until this day right here. Some of y'all remember the time, you remember the city, you remember the house, you remember the bed, you remember the room, you remember the person, you remember all that. but we pack it away in our brain because we don't want to bring up we don't want to open up old wounds. We don't want to unpack these things because we think that by us trying to forget it, that it'll just leave and we don't have to worry about it. I'm here to tell you that if you don't get to the root cause of that, if you don't ask the when, the who, the where, the whys, the how, you're never going to get over that pain. It's going to just keep showing its ugly head in different parts of your life. So if y'all don't remember nothing else, I want y'all to start trying to figure out when your life took a change, because you can pinpoint it. When your life took a change, and then get to the root cause. And then that's probably where you got your first taste of narcissist abuse or any kind of abuse, if you can pinpoint it. So once you pinpoint it, then you can see, well, they had red flags back then, but you was a child. Just like she said earlier, when you was a child, you thought as a child, so you didn't know what a red flag was. You knew something was wrong, but you didn't know what a red flag was. But now that we're adults, we can sit there and figure out, you know what? That joker was abusive back then. He was cray-cray back then. She was a narcissist back then. Or you can say, I was raised by a narcissist, but I'm just figuring it out now. That's fine. It don't matter when you figure it out. The thing is, you have to figure it out. And that's what we're here for. We're here to figure these things out and get to the root cause of this. Because if we don't get to the root cause, like I said, it's going to show up somewhere in our life. It ain't what we want. Let's keep moving forward. So stop worrying about when will a narcissist get theirs. Just stop worrying about that. Start praying about when you go get your blessings. Worry about you and your blessings. Like my wife got a shirt say, mind the business that pays you. It's another shirt on our website. Plug in my wife because she got some good merchandise. But we sit there, we worry about the narcissist so much, it takes us off our game. The only part I want you to worry about with the narcissist is when the situation happened that changed your life so we can get to the root cause. Other than that, I don't want you on their social media. I don't want you calling them after this video. Hey, you do it. If you want to, I mean, you do what you do, but I'm just saying, I don't want you going down that path. I want you to go down the path to healing, which means we're going to get to the root cause. We're going to ask the whens, the wheres, the whys, the hows, and what happened, and all these things. And sometimes we can just go right in our own mind. Right in our own mind, and we can figure these things out. Tiffany say 2018 for me. Thank you for sharing that. So she said 2018 for me. I don't even know what happened, but she said 2018 was a time that changed her life. 2018. Think about that for a second. And like I said, we don't need to know details or anything, but that's a breakthrough when you think about it, because she's starting to think about when her life took a change for the worse, or just took a change. I'm going to say the worst, but when things started to change. So you start to, like Trisha just said, yes, bro, this is the rude awake. It's when you start to wake up. You start to really smell the coffee and the roll. You start to figure out that this is when it happened right here. This you might not know the time, but you probably know the day. You might know the month. You know the person. You know the situation when everything started to change. And then we go back and pinpoint that. That's getting to the root cause. That's getting to the root of this thing. That's what we want to do. Get to the root of it. And then once we get to the root of it, we don't just stay stuck there like, okay, we know the root, now what? Okay, so now that we know what the root cause is, now it's time to unpack that and figure out why we make the choices that we make, why we do the things that we do, why are we this way? But we got to go back to that root cause and be like, you know what? Because you got to look at the root cause. The root cause of what I'm telling you is just because it happened that day, the tricky part is how long did it happen past that day? You see what I'm saying? Okay, what I mean is if you can figure out the day that your life changed, whether it's narcissistic abuse, whatever. So how many years past that did you stay in that situation? Some of y'all might be 5, 10, 15 years in that situation. Some of y'all was in a marriage 20, 30, 40 years. See what I'm saying? So it's the day it happened and then how long, you see what I'm saying, you was in that situation. So if you was in there 5 years, it's going to take, what they say, I think I think it's 2 years for every year or something like that for your healing. So so 5 years, we're looking at 10 years trying to healed. And will you ever be healed? Probably not. But what I'm telling you is, so if you pinpoint it, that's the root cause. Now we got to establish, okay, that's establishing the root cause. Now we're trying to establish the timeline. Because that's what we do with safety. We establish the root cause. Now we got to do a timeline. Okay, this the sequence of events that happened that led up past the root cause. So, you know, when you're doing it, because you can do, when you do a root cause analysis in safety, or like what we're doing right here, you can go straight to the root cause, because we know the person tripped and fell. So I'm just going to do simple safety thing. We know the person tripped and fell. That's the root cause. He tripped and fell. Well, that's not the root cause. That's a sequence of events. So he tripped and fell. So getting to the root cause, we figured out, like I told y'all, a piece of metal was sticking up, and that's what happened. So at this day, at this time, that's what happened. But what's the sequence event? What he ate that day? What medicine he on? He on high blood pressure, whatever. So it's the same thing with this. So if you're looking at your family dynamics, I think she just said, Trisha just said, is looking into your family history. Yes, definitely. Thank you for sharing that. So you start looking at your family history and looking at different things, you'll start to see that you're not the only one that went through that situation. You got some cousins and brothers and sisters that went through that same situation, maybe with the same person. You see what I'm saying? So again, you get to the root cause, and then you figure out it's not just you. So now you're in shock and awe again, because you're already in shock and awe it happened to you. And then when you figure out it wasn't just you, you're in shock and awe again. And then when you figure out it happened not just those 3-4 times, it happened for years. Once we establish that sequence of events, we're like, wait, hold on. So this has been going on for a long time. So it's going to take a long time to process all this and heal from this stuff. So it's a lot of work that got to be put in once we get to the root cause. So back to stop worrying about when the narcissist will get there, start praying about when you're going to get your blessings. So when will you set strong boundaries? You know, we talk about boundaries on here. We talk about accountability a lot. It's when you go set strong boundaries. Because once you get to this root cause, a lot of us, this is the crazy thing, a lot of us. Now, if you've forgiven this person, you prayed about it, and God has told you, you know, forgive them, and you still talk to them, okay, this is not for you. I'm talking to those of y'all that the person has did this evil thing to y'all, and they still part of your life. You see what I'm saying? So you didn't got to the root cause, you didn't figure out what it is, but then that person's still part of your life. Nah, that don't. So it's almost like you're reliving the situation over and over and over. Every time you see that person, every time they come to a family function, every time they come over to your house to pick up a plate lunch or whatever the case is, hey, how you doing, Lucille King? Well, whatever the thing is, you're reliving that situation because you triggered, and you know your body might lock up or tense up every time you see this person, man or woman. You know what I'm talking about. So you see this person, and then because my wife done talked about this before, she had a thing called Pass the Peas. Y'all gotta check that out. I remember, but the thing about it, basically she was saying, you know, the family that sit at the table, they don't want to talk about no abuse. They don't want to talk about no physical abuse, emotional abuse, no narcissistic abuse, none of that. Pass the peas. Keep eating. We're going to keep sweeping this under the rug. We're not going to worry about it. Some of y'all families, even in y'all 30s and 40s, still doing the same thing. The minute you try to bring up the situation that happened when you was 9, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever, they don't want to talk about it. They get angry at you for bringing up your past hurts and trauma. Maybe I'm the only one. My bad. I forgot where I was. I might be the only one. I'm the only one that happened to? Oh, my bad. I thought we was in this together. Like, I thought it was a bunch of us that went through that. Maybe it's just, you know, me. But if it is just me, that's cool. That's cool. But what I'm telling you is, if you still got that person around, ex, your mom, dad, brother, whoever, that's causing your body to go into overload when you see them, it's a reason why we tell you to go no contact. It's a reason why we tell you to gray rock. But we're going to put gray rock on the table. We're going straight no contact and this root cause. So once you get to the root cause, you figure out what a situation happened. You figure out other people were involved in the situation. Just unpacking your family history and getting down to the nitty tooty, whatever you like to call it. Nitty gritty. That's what I wanted to say. You get down to the nitty gritty and you figure out what it is. And then you begin to see that more people was involved in this thing. Now, We established the timeline. Some of y'all got to write this out. It ain't just thinking about it. You might have to write this whole thing out and figure out what's going on. We love you too, sis, Coach Natisha. She said she had in the Bible class. Be safe. So once we establish this timeline, we get the root cause, we figure out what happened, we figure out other people were involved in the situation, we unpack the timeline of events, and we figure out where our life, because your life probably took a change again for the good. And it might be as simple as you might have got married, so you no longer around your mama and daddy. Or for some of us, we was married to the narcissist, so we got a divorce, so our life took a change for the better. Once we was, my wife was saying earlier, once you're in that wilderness stage and you're sitting there, you're trying to unpack and heal, so you going down the right path. Some of us, we start reading up on narcissist abuse and Googling and figuring out things like, oh, okay. So then our discernment starts to play a part in our life. Our faith starts to play a bigger part. If you're doing it right, you starting to figure out like, wait, hold up. Oh, I like what my wife said right there. Hold on, let me get that up there. I see it. Where is it? Where is it at? I can't see it. I don't know where it went. Oh, there you go. I see it. I got it. So pass the peace, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. Everybody keeping the code of silence. That's what I was talking about. You got to check out our video on that. Everybody just being silent, pass the peace. You go to the family function, the person that abused you is sitting right across the table from you, still laughing, still joking, still drinking. Uncle Jojo, whatever his name is, or sister so-and-so, she's still at the table. And this is the part that really bothers me. This is the part that really bothers me, and it should bother you too. The family know about it. Make that make sense. The family know what they did, and yet they still invite Uncle Jojo to the family reunion and all that. And they thinking because it happened to you when you was a child, so you should have forgave them and moved on. But nobody can tell you how to get your healing. Nobody can tell you how to get your healing. So don't let your family dynamics be the reason for your downfall. Meaning, don't let your family put you in a situation where you're around people that don't really like you. You're around people that did something to you when you were a child, and you never had that conversation, or you wasn't allowed to have that conversation because the family like my wife said, they want to pass the peas. So my thing is, why am I'm gonna go to the family reunion and sit there with Uncle Jojo and sister so-and-so and talk to them, and deep down inside, every time I see them, my body tenses up, I begin to sweat, the hair begins to stand up on my arm and on the back of my neck, and I don't even feel like Solomon. I'm not laughing, I'm not being my regular self. So why would I put myself in that position? Why would you put yourself in that position? I'm asking just a question. Why would you put yourself in that position? Because the family say you need to come? Because the family say, you know what? You always acting funny when such and such. I act funny because such and such did something to me when I was a child. And y'all act like y'all crazy and y'all don't know what's going on, but y'all know what's going on. So I'm telling you, listen to Brother Solomon right here. You do what you want to do. Don't go around your family and you know such and such gonna be over there, Uncle Jojo and sister such. If you're not healed from that, don't put yourself in that position. Remember, we get into the root cause. So if you figured out this is where it happened, this is the person, you start to remember these things. These are people that knew about it. I'm big on accountability. We gotta hold them accountable too. So it's not like, well, it's been 20 years, so why are we talking about it now? We're talking about it now because we never talked about it then. That's why. That's a why in root cause. I'm just saying. So that's why we're talking about it right now. Y'all didn't want to talk about it when I was 10. You didn't want to talk about it when I was 15. I tried to bring it up when I was 20. Some of y'all try to bring it up when you was 28, 38, 48. They didn't want to talk about it. Guess what? We're going to talk about it today. Y'all want to bring me to the family reunion and the dinner? Well, we about to have a conversation. Brother Solomon about to have a conversation, and y'all ain't going to like what I'm about to say. It ain't going to be no passing the peas around here. We about to talk about some abuse and figure out why all y'all knew about it, why y'all not talking about it, why y'all sweeping under the rug, why they still getting away with it. Remember, it's the root cause. Because some of our families, even though I don't know y'all families, I know most of our families the same. Most families don't want to put stuff on Front Street, meaning they don't want to put stuff on Facebook. They only put the good stuff on Facebook. They're not putting none of the bad stuff. You don't see nobody posting on Facebook talking about like a parent that went through something. Oh yeah, I abused my. No, they're not putting that on there. If anything, they gonna post the pictures back when y'all was happy, everybody was in love and singing kumbaya, eating marshmallows. Man, forget that. No, let's be real and stop being fake. A lot of these families faking, phony, and don't want to tell the truth. And then a lot of them dealing with abuse and still dealing with abuse. And what family members do, they just move away from the family. They go no contact with a whole family. And then the family, what they do in return, some of y'all can relate to this. If y'all can, just say, yes, I can relate. What they'll do in return, the family will start a smear campaign on you, or they'll call you crazy. And that's how the family deal with family issues. So the root cause, we can't never really get to it because the family don't want to talk about it, because the main people you need to talk to, ain't got nothing to say. Oh, you got a lot to say when you talk about everything else. You always, my lip always moving. I always got something to say. But you bring up that one key event or those 2 or 3 key events that happen. Oh, can't got your tongue, you ain't got nothing to say today? Oh, okay. So when you look at the root cause, and we get to the root cause and figure out what happened, it might be an entire family that's hiding your truth, don't want to hear your truth. They know your truth, but they're out there spreading lies. Think about what I'm saying. I mean, if 10 people in your family knew about abusive situation that happened to you, and every time you bring it up, they're like, man, why are you still talking about that? And you know, it's 10, 15 years ago. Why are we talking to them? What? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go a step further. I'm about to step on a few toes. Why are those same family members the same ones that reaching out when they need money? They need a car to borrow. They need a place to stay. They want to come to your house. But when family issues come up, they don't want to support you. Man, look here, man. Look here, bro. I tell you what. This how I do things. So if the situation happens at my house over here, nah, you ain't welcome over here, because you don't support me when I try to bring up the root cause and things that happen. You don't support me then, so why am I going to support you now? Remember, you got to examine the fruit. I'm examining the fruit righteously, so I'm looking at the person for what they is. Every time I bring up the situation, you ain't got nothing to say. But now you ain't got nowhere to stay. You looking for a place, and you want to come over here? Nah, man. Oh, you ain't got no money, but you want to come borrow money from Solomon and shit? Nah, that ain't how that work. God don't want us in no situation. So I'm gonna let somebody that's willingly basically lying to everybody else, but they know the situation, but they lying to everybody else about things that's going on in my life, and I'm gonna sit there and just allow you to come sleep in my house because you ain't got no, man, you better go to one of the family members that's helping you lie about the situation. You stay over there with them. That's where you need to be at. You don't need to be at my house. They don't need to be at your house. So we get into the root cause of this. So if you got to cut some people off, it's okay. It's okay. What I learned is if you cut people off, God is going to replace them people with good people, with godly people, with people that actually read the Bible and don't just say it, but can't recite a verse. With people that actually go to church, but not just to go show their new clothes on Easter and stuff like that. I'm just saying. So the thing about it is, when you look at a situation for what it is, and we get to the root cause, and we got to cut off 10, 15, 20 family members, so what? And that's when you get, I'm going to break this down, I'm going to walk this all the way out. That's when you get the Rizzos of the world. That's my brother. I talk to him just about every day. We talk about something. We was laughing last night on the phone. That's when you get the Alan B's. See, Alan B, right on cue. Alan B, thank you for that, brother, for that. You say, thank you, brother. You're welcome. Thank you for that. May God return it to you over and over again. That's when you get the Alan B's of the world. That's when you get the Telshas of the world. That's when you get the Jars of the world. I'm just saying. That's when you get different people. You know, Dr. C, she's on Clubhouse. But when you get people like that that's praying for you and really praying for you. Because some people, they just say they praying for you, but are they really praying for you? When that's the same family member that lie every time you come around? No, they probably not. And some people don't know how to pray. You know, they say they praying for you, but okay, whatever. I'm just saying. So when you realize and get to the root cause of these things, start to unpack these things, if you got to cut off 10, 15, 20 family members, do it. Do it. I'm telling you to do it, because that's when you'll get these other people. God goes strategically put people in your life. You won't even know them. Because what I've learned, and I'm not even going down this road, I talked about this before, when you start a business or any kind of adventure, Family, the one that don't support you anyway. It's always people you don't know. So you think you'll get support from family when you're trying to deal with a root cause issue that's dealing with narcissistic abuse or sexual abuse or anything like that? Heck nah. They're not about to support you. Come on, man. I mean, if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. You can put it in the chat. I'm a grown man. I'm good. You can say I'm wrong, like, man, you wrong. I'm good. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you that if they're not going to support you now, they definitely not going to support you later. But what they will do, and I've said this before, what they will do, these same family members and so-called friends you've been having since childhood that know about situations that's going on, it's when you make it big, or everybody got their hand out there, they want to, hey, Solomon, man, remember when we went to elementary school? Man, I don't remember where I went to college with. I don't remember you, bro. I don't remember you, girl. I don't know you. What's your name? And I'm good with faces, but if I ain't seen you since 5th grade, I don't know you. I'm telling you right now, I don't know you. I'm not lying. I don't know you. If I ain't kept up with you through the years, which a lot of times I done lost touch with a lot of people, I don't know you. So these same family and friends that's allowing these things to happen, man, look here, man. You better off cutting them off. It's better to cut them off now than having to cut them off later, because when God started to bless you, let me rephrase that. Maybe God isn't blessing you right now because you still got these so-called friends and family in your life. So God don't bless mess. So you still a part of the mess. So why would he bless? Just think about what I'm saying. Remember, we get into the root cause. So we're gonna get to the root cause on a few things. So you wonder why you're not getting blessed. You wonder why all these other people getting blessed. Maybe you're still in the mess. You're still around the same people that. Think about what I'm saying. So that might be the root cause. You might need to look at that root cause as well. Not just your own situation. With what happened to you when you was a child, you might want to look at this current situation. You still around the same people that God told you to leave, but he told you to go no contact before Shannon told you, before Telsha told you, before Joy told you, or Solomon told you to go no contact. God told you years ago to go no contact. He might have told you to go no contact before YouTube was invented, and here it is, you still in contact with the same people, and you wonder why I ain't getting blessed. Well, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to point you in the right direction. Maybe your situation is why you're not getting blessed, because you're around the same people. I don't need to spell this out for you. I'm just saying. You're around the same people, doing the same things. Just saying. Think about what I'm saying. I mean, you're around the same people, the same friends that been doing. Let's go deep. Let's go deeper. We're gonna go a little bit deeper. I don't think y'all understanding what I'm saying. Hey, how you doing, Ariel Johnson? Welcome. I don't think y'all understanding. So you're around the same girlfriend. This to my sisters. You're around the same girlfriends that cheat on their husband, and you know about it, but you go out with them and party. But you're a Christ follower, a Christian, whatever you want to call yourself, but you hanging out with her. You're around the same cousins that's doing drugs and smoking weed and stuff like that, and you want God to bless you. Okay. Some of my brothers, you out there with a bunch of you married, but you hanging around with a bunch of single men that just go and pick up girls in the club, and you wonder why God ain't. For one, you probably shouldn't be in the club. I mean, I ain't saying don't go out. I don't go to the club. I did that a while back. I'm just saying, but I got a saying. Birds of a feather flock together. So me, in my mind, if you hanging around a woman or you hanging around a man that's doing those type of things, I start looking at you suspect like, well, what you doing? Thank you for that, sis Tiffany. Thank you for that. May God return it to you over and over again. God bless you. Thank you for that. I'm just saying, that's my thought process. And the reason why I say that, I will share with you, I shared this before, the ex. Notice I don't say I ain't saying mine no more. I ain't got claim over these people. I start saying the ex. I stopped saying my ex or my narcissist. No, it's the ex and the narcissist. No, them over there. I don't, I don't associate them with it like that. I don't own them and they don't own me. But here's my thing. The ex used to hang around with her best friend. And the reason why I say birds of a feather flock together, because the ex was hanging around with her best friend, which is a woman. Now, ask me how both of them ended up cheating on their husband. So I got cheated on. Y'all know my story with the whole Honduras thing. But she cheated on her husband, too, with somebody from Honduras. So I'm just saying. I'm not making this stuff up. So birds of a feather flock together. So she was cheating, and then the ex I had was cheating. I'm just saying. Just saying. So again, if you hanging around these people and you want God to bless that, right? You might want to get your friend circle intact. You might want to look at some of your friends. You might want to get to the root cause of your friendships. Some of y'all friendships on rocks, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But yet and still, we still want to hang around them because they funny or they the life of the party, or man, whatever. The life of the party is God. That's the only party I need to be in. I need to be with that party. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't need to be around all these people that a lot of them don't mean good for me anyway. They don't mean no, they're not praying for me. They're not supporting me. They're not. I'm just saying. I'm just having a moment. So think about what I'm saying. So we can get to the root cause of what happened to us when we was a child, but we also need to get to the root cause of some of our friendships. We need to get to the root cause of some of our family members. And like Kristen just said, cut them off. You got to cut them off. And when I say cut them off, that's no contact. That ain't, don't ask me, well, Solomon, can I talk to him on phone? No contact means no contact on everything. That's the end of that. It's social media, it's phones, it's whatever. Restaurants that you think they might eat at, you don't want to see them, it's no contact. But if you do go and see them, okay, then you great rock them, but it's no contact on everything, not just on a few things. I'm just saying. Joy for this, I can hear us talk about Tim to say birds. Yeah, she likes saying that. Jam say, now I'm wondering if they were marrying the men from Honduras to help the men with citizenship. Well, yes, they were. Well, I know the ex, that's what she did, because I told you, I don't know if y'all remember this. I found what she did, she went to the you had to go to the Honduras passport office and have a meeting with these people, but you also had to come to America. So she flew them over to America, and they had to meet. I think when I looked at the paperwork, 2 or 3 times they met, which was lying and manipulation. They met and saying, you know, she was going to be a sponsor and all this stuff. So yeah, they're trying to get them sponsorship so they can come over to the U.S. And she ended up getting them sponsorship. Ask me what happened with that. As far as I know, I heard they no longer together. I heard that years ago when it first happened. But yeah, they're not even together, because I told you the crazy thing about that whole situation was he was beating on her. But remember, I told you got to get to the root cause of these things. And when you get to the root cause, I know her situation. She used to get beaten by her ex-husband, not me. I'm talking about the husband before me. So think about what I'm saying. So I wasn't doing any beating. That's not my character. So think about what I'm saying. And I didn't even know I was going there, but think about this. So her first husband used to beat her. Getting married to me, no beating. You cheat on me to go get with a guy that's beating you? That's that familiar spirit I'm talking about. That's that same thing. So you're going back to the same situation that you're familiar with, because the root cause is you've been getting abused. I ain't trying to tell the whole story, but you've been getting abused your whole life, and then here it is. It's familiar to be in that same situation is what I'm getting at. So sometimes we end up in these same situations, these abusive situations, because it's something we used to and we didn't seen it before. We didn't seen this movie before, so we go watch it again. And some of y'all need to put pause, press pause, or get rid of the movie, throw the movie out. Something. I mean, you gotta, but we go sit there and just get our popcorn and watch this whole movie play again. Nah, I don't need to watch. If it's a good movie, like a real movie, yeah, I might watch it again. But I'm talking about real life situations. I'm just using this stuff as, you know, analogies, but I'm talking about real life. I don't need to see that movie again. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on watching that movie again. I'm good on looking at the abuse that happened again. I'm good at looking at the cheating and the manipulation again. I'm good on that. Miss me with that. I don't want to see that anymore. I want to be around Christ followers, around real people. I want to be around like my sister Joy. I want to be around my brother Rizzo, my brother Alan B, my sister. That's what I want to be around. So people that come against that, I'm like, well, that's cool. We ain't got to be friends. I don't care. I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions. So people that try to steer me away from those people that I like, I do what I want to do. I'm just saying. But people will have their own opinions on situations and stuff like that. Whatever. But I'm telling you, if you're around the same family members that's not supporting you now, y'all need to cut them people off. Get away from them people. Them people don't mean you nothing. All right, let's keep going. We going overtime. Look like y'all ain't got me all talking about Honduras, but I was able to bring it. I was able to relate to y'all. Hopefully, y'all understood that went from abuse to no abuse, right back to abuse. Make that make sense? That's because the root cause was being abused before. I guess it's familiar and something you're used to, and you go back to that same abuse. And y'all know y'all like, well, why would they do that? The mind and the spirit and the body is a tricky thing. Mind play tricks on you, so that's something you're used to and used to seeing. So again, let's see where we at. Okay, here we go. Let's get back into this. So when will you set strong boundaries is the question, and then also when will you go no contact? Simple. We just talked about that, so I ain't gotta go into deep on that. I ain't gotta go too deep. So who is the root cause of narcissistic abuse? Again, I'm glad we've been unpacking this so I can go through some of this. And so we can determine that it's probably a parent, a spouse, a aunt, an uncle, cousin, brother. You put whatever name you in there. When you start thinking about when the situation happened, when can we determine? You determine it when you figure out who did it. And then you also determine, you figure out why they did it. You might not ever get the why, they might not ever answer it. Maybe they already passed and gone. I don't know the situation, but when you start to figure out why they did it, if you can get that out of them, or figure it out on your own, you know, the who, what, when, and why, you can figure out those things. And then you start, like I told you, you start to establish that timeline. If it happened more than once, then you can see, okay, that was, you know, I'm just saying, just for this talking, okay, these 3 years right here, this is probably the worst time of my life, these 3 years. But it was due to this situation, which is the root cause, was this situation right here. It started here, it ended here. I'm just using 3 years as a number. It ended here. So then you can look at like, okay, after them 3 years, I didn't have a bad life. It was okay, but I was still dealing with the stuff from 8 years ago, because we didn't went, you know what I'm saying, 8 years further, you know, past the 3 that happened, if I'm making sense. So now we 11 years into it, if I'm making sense. I'm trying to move fast on this, but so 3 years from the time the root cause situation happened, it happened 3 year timeline, happened 3 years, and then we 8 years past that, so we 11 years past it, and we still dealing with the stuff that happened. You see what I'm saying? So the root cause happened 11 years back, but we wonder why relationships don't ever end up where I'm talking about, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, why they not ending on good terms, or why they ending, I should say, because we not dealing with the root cause that happened 11 years ago. We wonder why we have outbursts and certain things when somebody touches you a certain way, because maybe the person that touch you like that, and your mind remembers that, and you like, no. Okay, maybe it's just me. I'm just saying. Maybe it's the way the person talk, or the way they look, or the way the cologne they wear. It triggers something in your mind, and you remember that situation, and your body locks up. It's almost like being knocked out. Rizzo know what I'm talking about, when you get knocked out and you just sitting there, you like, man, hold on, bro. I'm talking about when you knocked out like on a camera, like MMA fighting is what I'm saying. Hey, how you doing, Queen Shannon? So I'm talking about that kind of, so your body just locks up. So then you like, you don't know what to do. Your mind locks up, your brain wonder, you start thinking about when you was a child, and you sitting there like, you know, almost like butt up, cuddled up, or up in the fetal position, because we ain't dealt with them situations that we should have dealt with years ago. So now we 11, 15, 20 plus years in, and we still ain't dealing with this stuff. We're going to unpack this tonight. We're going to at least start, I'm at least point y'all in the right direction, so we start thinking about the root cause, because there's no longer, we can't keep going on, so we can figure out the root cause, figure out the timeline. Hey, how you doing, amazing Miss Pride? Welcome. We can figure out that we doing some damage. We're going to do some damage. We're going to set some people free tonight, because that's what it's all about. You got to remember, healing, yeah, it's good for you, but it's also good for others. Just like I just seen it pass, I think Alan B talking about, he said laughter is medicine. Laughter is medicine. Sometimes we have these serious subjects where we can't laugh. Sometimes we're going to laugh a little bit. Sometimes, you know, my life, y'all know how it be. We be laughing the whole time, depending on what we're talking about. But this is one of these things where we had to really get to the root cause and really dig into this. So it's not as much laughing, but hey, you never know, we might laugh before we get out of here. But it's about not just me healing. It's about you healing as well. It's about us healing, because if we all heal, then we can turn around and help one person. They got what, 20-something, 30-something people in here right now? So imagine if we all heal. We turn around and each one of us help, let's say 2 people. Those 2 people turn around and help 3 people apiece. I'm just saying. You see where I'm going? So we didn't triple what, I'm not trying to be a math whiz in here, but we didn't got into triple digits that quick just by us working on ourselves. And then we find somebody that's going through that same or similar situation. You help them out. They turn around and help a couple people. And then it's just like when you go to McDonald's or one of these places and they pay for somebody behind them and they keep passing it back. Well, that's how we need to do with our testimonies. We need to keep passing it back. We need to start with our testimony to tell one person, and maybe that person will tell them, and then you tell somebody else, and then it's a ripple effect. It's a chain event, a chain reaction to more people getting healing instead of you just getting your healing. But everybody to each his own. Everybody got their own timeline. I'm not telling you to go out there and tell your story right now because you might not be ready. That's not what I'm telling you. See, me, I can sit there and tell my story all day, every day, because I went through this situation and now that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go deeper to find the root cause. Let's go a little bit deeper. I see you, Dr. G said she laughed 3 times here tonight. Hey, if you laugh, hey, I love it. I love it. Trust me. Woo, we still got a lot to cover. Hold on. Okay, so let's get a little bit deeper. So the devil has tricked so many into trusting and believing him. The devil is the first narcissist. Therefore, it is a learned behavior. So the devil, he the first narcissist. So all these little baby narcissists we got running around out here that we say narcissists and exes and all that stuff, they learned it from him. Remember, we got to get to the root cause of these situations. So any abuses or anything we went through, that person probably learned it from another person, they learned it from another person, they learned it from a great-grandfather, a great-great-grandfather, a great-great-grandmother, or whoever, however the situation goes. But I guarantee if that person did something to you, something was done to them. And then something was done to that person. And then something was done to that person. They seen something about this other person. I'm just saying, when you start going all the way down the rabbit hole, sometimes you got to go that deep. You only got to go to the person that did it to you, and then you figure out the people that know about it, and you just go ahead and cut all of them off and say, nope, I'm done. I'm good. And so my sisters put something in the chat. Revelation. She said Revelation 12:11, and they overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death. Man, hey man, thank you for sharing that. See, that's my sister. It's my sister right there. It's my sister. She always coming through with powerful stuff. Thank you for sharing that. This I ain't gonna lie. I'm teaching it, but it's good to me. It's good. I'm about to go back and I'm about to rewatch this one. This is a good one right here. I'm like, man, what is going on in here? So again, the devil had tricked so many. So let's move Bible verse. 1 John 3:8. Whoever makes a practice of sinning is of the devil. A practice of sinning. I'm talking about cheating all the time, lying all the time, manipulating all the time, deceiving all the time, all those things. Make a practice of, almost like they work there, like it's a job. It's of the devil. For the devil has been sinning from the beginning. He has been sinning and grinning since the beginning. I ain't a laughing point, but I'm just saying he has been sinning and grinning. The reason why I say he's grinning because he's laughing at all the people that are foolish enough to believe the stuff he say, the promises and stuff he say. It's almost like he's doing blessings, but in reverse. He's promising them all these things, glitter and gold and money and all these things. I don't want none of that stuff. I'm trying to get to heaven. I ain't worried about glitter and gold and the money that the devil trying to give me. Nah, I'm good. So the reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the works of the devil. To destroy the works of the devil. So why are we so quick to let our guard down when it comes to narcissists? Why are we so quick to let our guard down when it comes to narcissists? I'll tell you why. Quick answer. That's because narcissists, and you see I got it in all caps, are master manipulators. Master manipulators. They catch us off guard. It's almost like if you watch football or even basketball, when they do these trick plays and the person wide open, he's trying to figure out how they get that open down the field. It's because of the trick of the other team, or you can say the enemy, but in this case, we'll say the enemy. It's a trick of the enemy where they can manipulate you. You over here looking at this and they doing something over here that throw you off course. And they do that because they love control and they feed off your fear. it's demons attached to these people. It's demonic spirits. So they feed off of fear. That's why they back there grinning and sinning. I'm going to do a live about that, grinning and sinning. Well, that's a good one right there, grinning and sinning. I don't know. I might have to do that one. So we are tricked into believing their lies. We are tricked and believe. It's not like, it's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick. So why are we this way? I alluded to this earlier. It's because the things that have been in place since we were little kids or children, or whatever word you want to use, it's a learned behavior for us as well. We've been taught this since childhood. So in adulthood, we're not dealing with the stuff from childhood. So here it is, we 40, 50 years old, 35 years old, and we sitting there like, why now? Like, what is going on? But again, we get to that root cause of that thing, and we sit there and figure these things out. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense then. It makes a lot of sense. We coming around the corner, y'all. Coming around the corner. We almost there. We coming around the corner. So we have been taught this through generations. Why do you think Shannon talks about breaking generational curses all the time? Why do you think Telsha and Joy, they mention that all the time? You think they just saying it just to say it? It's something cool to say? You think they heard it on TikTok and they just want to say it? No, they're telling us this for a reason about generations and breaking generational curses. Because it's like what I just said earlier. If the person that did something to you, something was done to them, and that person, something was done to them, and that person, something was done to them, we start looking back on the history of the family dynamics, the actual fabric of the family, we might be able to go back 100-something years where manipulation, lies, cheating, abuse, all these different things were being done for the last 100+ years. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, say you making sense in the chat, so I know we're on the same page. If I'm not making sense, say I'm not making sense, and we can discuss this. But if I'm making sense, just say, hey, you making sense. I just want to know we on the same page. I don't want to lose none of y'all. So these people have been doing this for years, and then it was done to them for years. And then it was done to them for years. I guess I'm making sense. I see it coming in the chat. Okay. Dr. Just says making sense. Yeah, okay. Okay. And I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page because, I don't want to lose none of you. I want to make sure, we learning together. So Alan B say tracking. He military right there. We never say tracking. That's on the same page, basically. So, yeah. Just let me speak for myself. Yeah. Okay. All right, thank y'all. So my thing is, and I'm not trying to give them a pass talking about the person that done it to you. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I want you to realize that, or be aware, I should say, that something has happened to that person as well. And then you can go back person to person to person to person. Something, I'm not giving them a pass. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I just want you to be aware that something happened to them too. Now, they might not talk about it. They might not ever talk about it. In most cases that I've witnessed, they're not going to talk about it. They would never tell you that they was abused by somebody. The family not going to tell you. We already talked about the family dynamics. They try to sweep everything out the road, make it seem like they're the best family in the country and got nothing but abuse and cheating and molestation and all these things going on. And they just sit there and act like we got the best family. Nothing ever happened over here. It's all love, peace, and joy over here. And there ain't nothing but hate, anger, and yeah, I said it. It ain't love, peace, and joy. It's hate, anger, deception, manipulation, lies, deceit, man, unhealed adults, unhealed children. Man, hold on, man. It's a lot of stuff going on, what I'm telling y'all. A lot of stuff. So don't give them a pass. That's not what I'm saying. But just realize they've been through some situations too. And that's probably why they did what they did. Because remember what I said, it's a learned behavior. They was learned or taught that somewhere, someplace in their life. And they thought it was okay. Just saying. Hey, how you doing, Sherry? Welcome, welcome. So I'm just saying, when you look at it that way, it's like, wait, hold on, bro. This is much deeper than, and some of y'all ain't ready to unpack that. I get it. You're not even ready to get to the root cause. You're like, okay, so I'm making a little sense, I know when it happened, but I'm not ready to think about that yet because it might trigger you or something might happen. Okay. You go to God and talk to God about that and figure out when you need to. Because the thing about it, you have to do it at some point if you want to get your healing. Now, if you don't want to get your healing, hey, stay doing what you're doing. Stay doing what you're doing. Stay on the same path you're on. You're going to keep getting the same blessings you're getting, which is nothing. Well, you're getting some blessings because you're alive and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff you're really praying for, the stuff that you really want God to heal you from, you're not going to get those because you ain't worked on this old stuff. So we got to work on this old stuff so we can get this new stuff. It's like my wife said the other day we was talking, you got to remove some of this old stuff so God can bless you with new stuff. So sometimes it might be as simple as throwing away old clothes. And I know y'all like, what is he talking about? Think about what I'm saying. You want God to bless you with money so you can go buy a new wardrobe, but you still holding on to all your new clothes. You ain't wear them. Some of y'all, women, y'all got clothes in the closet, still got tags on it, ain't worn them in 5 years. Some of y'all can't even fit them. Y'all done lost weight, gained weight, whatever the case is, but you still holding on because of why, I don't know. But when you remove those clothes or you remove these situations out of your life, then God can come in and start to bless you with different things. And the thing is, we be waiting on God and God is waiting on us. I'm just saying. We waiting on God and God is waiting on. He waiting on us to take that first step, to put in the work and do things. He waiting for us to get rid of the clothes. He waiting for us to get rid of the people around us that have done things to us. He's waiting for us to cut off family ties with certain people. He's waiting for us to go no contact with people. He's waiting for us to get rid of the old car so he can bless you with a new car. You want to hold on to the old car. God told you to go trade that car and go sell it. You started dumping money into an old car that I'm just saying. Think about what I'm saying. My wife say they'll tell you lies to make you feel sorry for them. Everything they say is with an agenda. It's always with a hidden agenda or with strings attached. You think you're getting something good, you end up with crap. Yeah, I said crap. It's not a bad word. You think you're getting something good. You think you're getting a shiny new toy, and you end up with a piece of junk. That's what you end up with. Trish said they would never even though that you ask. Yeah. So start removing. I ain't telling y'all to go do no house cleaning. That's not what I'm saying. Don't miss my point. But some of y'all do need to do some house cleaning, get rid of some clothes and some old furniture and stuff. Get rid of some of this stuff so you can get blessed with some new stuff. But on the flip side, you got to cut off some of these people that you hang around with. Remember what I said earlier, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're hanging around the same friends that doing the same things y'all was doing back when y'all was 15, selling drugs, cheating, doing all these things, having sex out of wedlock, baby out of wedlock, all these things. I ain't saying cut off all your friends. You do what you want to do. Just saying. Can God pour a new wine in old? Oh, sorry about that. So you got a phone on your live. So I don't know who that was. It's late. 1-800 number. I just seen somebody say they was trying a new club. Then it was Dr. G. Hey, do you? That's all I say. Do you? Ain't nothing wrong with trying on new clothes. Ain't nothing wrong with mine. I got on a new shirt. It's my wife's shirt. But I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes in the past few months, given the goodwill and things like that. That's what I'm saying. It's a new shirt. I just wore the first time wearing this shirt today. That's not North Free Living, like I told y'all. But what I'm saying is, I had to get rid of some stuff. For one, you only got so much room in your closet. So you got so much room in your closet, for one. Two, what you doing with these old clothes you ain't worn in years? These old shoes you ain't worn in years? What you doing with these old friends? I'm gonna walk this all the way out. What you doing with these old friends that's in your cell phone? You ain't talked to them in 5-6 years. I do a purge of my cell phone. I try to do it at least once or twice a year. While I go through, I ain't talked to them. I ain't got a text message from them. Delete. I'm doing a few things. One, I'm clearing out. I'm getting room. I'm making room for my phone. And then I'm also making room for new friends so I can add some new friends. I can add Brother Rizzo and Brother Allen B when I can get rid of, you see what I'm saying? But some of y'all want to hold on to these contacts. Got 4,000 contacts in there and you want to talk to 100 people. Make that make sense. I'm just saying. I don't know who that's for, but I'm just saying you got 4,000 contacts, but you want to talk to 100 people and 4,000, well, I'm going to say 3,800 of them. So you got an extra 100 you might talk to every once in a while. But 3,800 of them, you ain't talked to in 5-6 years. Why we got them in the phone? Think about what I'm saying. Why are we holding on to them? Why are we holding on to brother so-and-so? And we know he's an abuser or he's a cheater. You don't talk to him anyway. So why are we holding on to, why are we talking to him in the context? Why are we holding on to sister such and such? And she ain't nothing but a covert narcissist. And we know she's a covert narcissist, but we keep her on the phone just like, maybe she go call and talk to me. What? I'm just saying. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm just saying. I purge out my closet, purge out the family, purge out the friends, purge out my contacts on my phone. It's good to purge out some of these things, get rid of some of these old things so God can bless me with some new things, because when I get to the root cause of all these things, it's like, okay, I can figure out. You know, it's all about root cause. I can figure out some of these different things. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, John Marks, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. We almost about to wrap up. So again, we have been taught this through generations. Just remember that. We've been taught these learned behaviors and all these things through generations. Some of y'all have been taught to hold on to clothes because your mom and your great auntie and grandmother, they all did it. So you doing it because that's what you was taught. Some of us keep going back to the narcissist because that's what we seen, that's what we know, that's what we was taught. So therefore we hold on to it. But we get into the root cause of this. So the root cause, if my mama held on to clothes and purses and all this, and I ain't got purses, but I'm just saying, that don't mean I got to do it. I ain't got to do the same. That's like Shannon and I watch HGTV all the time. And there's always a couple on there, always. If y'all watch HGTV, the Home and Garden TV thing where they do all the houses, if you watch that, you'll see they always got a couple on there that always say, one of them always say, I want to buy a house like I was brought up in. That makes no sense to me. Because this is the thing. Now, if you're 40, 50 years old, the house that you was brought up in probably ain't even built no more. And if it is, it's probably, at this point, it's probably 100 years old. I'm just saying. So why you want to buy something old? So you want to stay in the old and don't want to come into the, I'm just saying. And I get it. Some people like old things and like the way fixtures are and the way, you know, crime molding and stuff is and these older homes. I get it. They say it gives it a little flair and gives it character. I don't know about you, but God give me enough character where I can take a new house and make it look the way I needed to look by decorating and pouring love into it. I don't need to have an old house to give it character. Character is within me. I don't need, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to preach to y'all, but I'm just saying, I don't need to buy an old house to have character. God trying to bless y'all with a brand new house. Y'all holding on to the old house, somebody got character. The old house falling to pieces. You put $2,000 into it to get it rewired for electrical. You didn't bought new hot water heaters because they rusted and falling out. You didn't replace the roof. That cost you about $8-9 grand. You had to replace all the windows because they single pane because they old. So now you got to put in double pane with the argon gas in between them to get them, to get them in the house and bring them up to code. You got to replace the doors because they got a draft coming through because they got a crack around there. But you pouring all this money into this old stuff because you want to hold on to the old. God trying to bless you with the new. I'm just saying. That's for whoever that's for. I'm just saying. So you got to realize that, okay, I'm holding on to this old house. Same day, we can go either way. Some of y'all holding on to these old cars. You didn't replace the transmission, the engine, the thermostat, the starter. Some of y'all didn't got it upholstered in the inside, new glass because you got a big crack. You know, you can't pass your inspection sticker, you know, in the state you stay in. So you got to get the whole windshield replaced. You done got all that brand new tires, new brakes, doing all that stuff. I mean, you look at it, you could have bought a brand new car. But we wasting time because the root cause of it, that's a learned behavior. You seen your mama them do that. You seen your daddy them hold on to cars today. You rolling down the street on bricks. You know what I'm saying? You just rolling. I mean, smoke coming out of the tailpipe, smoke coming out of the hood. Heck, some of y'all smoke coming in the inside of the car, and you just drive with your window down, just like this here, driving around like Ace Ventura. And the root cause is you seen your mom and them hold on to cars for 10, 15, 20 years. Now, if you're taking care of your car, you're getting the oil change and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking to some of y'all got the money to even, that's the crazy thing. Some of y'all got the money to go buy the car. But the root cause is you seen your parents do it. You seen your parents do it, and you was taught to hold on to the car, to hold on to the house, to buy land and just own it. I'm buying land and own it. What we doing with this land? We're not gonna do nothing. Well, no, I was taught to buy the land and just keep it. So I'm gonna cut grass every couple of weeks on 8 acres and never build nothing on it. God didn't give you that land for you to sit on it. He get to the root cause of it. Because your mama them got land, they've been holding on to the family for 50 years and they ain't never built nothing on it. So you was taught this, so that's what you're doing. Make that make sense. I'm just saying. You was blessed to be able to buy 8, 10, 15 acres of land, and you're doing what your mama them did, which is nothing. You just hold on to the land. So the root cause is your mama them did that. Your mama them did that. Your mama them did that. Or your daddy, whatever you want to say, and that's why you doing what you're doing. We're just getting to the root cause of a lot. We're just unpacking a lot tonight. I'm just saying, so don't go buy some land, just sit on it, and boy, I'm just gonna have it in the family in case somebody wants. Nah, how about you go build your house on that? How about you go build some farmland on that? How about you go? I'm just saying. If I'm off topic, just let me know. You know, sometimes I'll go off topic. I don't know. If I'm off topic, just say, hey, you off topic. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't understand the land thing. And I'm cool. We can go back and restart this. But I'm just saying, we holding on to things because we taught these things from childhood. And here we still holding on to land, houses, cars, relationships, because that's what we've been taught. And it's not even funny. It's just, that's what we've been taught. That's all we know. Some of y'all come from a small town, know all 300 people in the town, and everybody do things the same way. It's time. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We gotta, okay, I don't care if I was brought up in a town where they only got 500 people. Now I live in a city where they got 5 million people. I'm just saying, so can I do the same thing I was doing in the town with the 500? No, I got to adjust and do things accordingly. And, you know, I can't live in a house like I lived in the country because they don't build them houses in the city. I'm just saying. But some of y'all want to be stuck on what your mom and them did. Well, that's what I was taught. And again, we get this a lot in safety. First question you get when you try to change a rule in the safety atmosphere of the job, they say, well, this is what we always done. And some of y'all say the same thing. Well, this is what I always done. Well, okay, now it's time to change. You've been doing it, but you've been doing it the wrong way. We get into the root cause of it. So you've been doing it because your mama taught you that. I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense when you think about it. Next Bible verse, John 8:36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. Some of y'all free and don't even know it. Y'all free right now. Y'all able to walk out and do what you need to do. Some of y'all been with the narcissist, but you actually free. But you sitting there holding on to a relationship that's been dead for 4 or 5 years. Make that make sense. When you get to the root cause of it, you're holding on because your mom and them stayed married for 50 years. Your mom and daddy, they stayed married for 50 years. Your grandparents never got a divorce. But what they don't tell you is all the cheating that your grandmother went through. They don't tell you that grandpa and grandmother or grandpa had another woman down the street, a whole nother family down. They don't tell you none of that. They just tell you they was married until they died. They was married for 70 years. But he cheated on her with 70 women. Make that make sense. So is that really the kind of marriage you want to have? I'm going to go ahead and answer for y'all and say no. I mean, I'm just saying. Think about what I'm telling you. So you try to live up to something that they didn't even live up to. So you get to the root cause of it and you see that, well, hey, grandpa had 2 families out there with 5 kids out of wedlock. And him and grandma was married for 70 years. But they stayed together. So that's what you gonna do. You just gonna stay in the narcissist abusive situation because that's what your mom told you. Get a man. You know how some of them used to say, get a man, and give him some children. And that, okay. Keep doing what mama them and daddy them used to do 30, 40 years ago. Let me know how that work out for you. I'll be here. I'll be here on YouTube, or you can reach out to me, life coaching and stuff. It's going to cost you, but I'm just saying, YouTube is free, but life coaching is going to cost you, but for us to have this conversation. But I'm giving you the information right now for free. So why are you doing what your mama and grandmother them did if it didn't work for them? Some of y'all don't want to ask the question, and some of y'all don't want to answer the question I just asked. Why are you doing what your mama and daddy them did when it didn't work for them? Why are you doing what your grandmother them did when it didn't work for them? Why are you doing what the pastor did or doing when it's not working for him? Because he's cheating on his wife in the pulpit. Oh, my bad. I don't want to talk about the pastors in the pulpit. Shannon did a great job on that on Pimps in the Pulpit, but I just wanted to breeze across that. You want to follow the pastor, and the pastor leading you to slaughter. When you get to the root cause of the thing, he don't know what he's doing. Or she. Some of y'all go to churches where they got the female pastor. I get it, but she don't know what she doing either. But she leading y'all to slaughter as well. Y'all sitting there, amen, sister, amen. They talking about love and life over there. They ain't preaching nothing out the Bible. Not a verse been mentioned. I've been going to church 8 years, and he said maybe 2 Bible verses. Make that make sense. But y'all call him man of God because he on TV and he didn't wrote some books. And I don't talk about nobody in particular. I'm talking about a few of them. I'm just saying, so y'all, but when you get to the root cause of you'll start to realize it's not really a man of God. He's not called. I don't know who called him to preach, but it wasn't God. Maybe it was his daddy called him to preach, or one of his brothers say, man, you know what, you make a good preacher. And they look at it more of as a business. So when you start doing the root cause and get to the root cause of it, the root cause analysis, and start asking yourself the 5 whys, you're going to realize that, you know what? This guy right here, he ain't no pastor. She ain't no pastor. She can't lead me nowhere. But again, it's learned behaviors. Your mom and dad went to the same church for 40, 50, 60 years. So guess what? You want to do the same thing. And nothing wrong with doing that. But you got to go to the right church. Don't go to the same church your mom and dad have been going to, and it been cheating scandals going on in there. I'm not being fun. I'm just saying cheating scandals going on in the church. The pastor then got arrested. The people are fighting in the church. I'm talking about really fighting, fist fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all been to some of them churches, but yet still, well, that's my church. It's like that TikTok. That's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. But some of y'all, that's my church. I'm gonna stick beside him. Your pastor got arrested last week. Your pastor on national news with a cheating scandal. And you still, okay. Well, mama done went to the same church for 30, 40 years. Okay. Do you. I can't tell y'all what to do. Do you. I got 2 more. We out of here, y'all. We went a little bit over. Out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old and in with the new, y'all. Just remember that. Out with the old, in with the new. We got all them old behaviors we've been taught. It's time to unlearn them so we can learn new behaviors. All them old things we've seen our parents doing, our grandparents and grandpapas and all that, whatever y'all call them. It's time to see some new stuff and do some new things. Just because you was raised a certain way don't mean you got to raise your kids that way, especially if it wasn't the right way. I'm just saying. Doesn't make sense. When you really think about it, it doesn't make sense. And I had to unpack some of this stuff because I was taught some of these things too. You're sitting up the way, hold on to a car for a while, and keep it, pay for it. But is that actual, because the car's not built, for one, the car's not built the way they used to be built back in the 70s and 80s. That's one thing. They totally different. You got to go to a mechanic and get all these things fixed. So does it make sense to hold on to a car for that long? Not when the cars cost more. Back then you can get a car for, 6, 7, 8 grand. Now they cost 80 grand. I'm just saying. You want to hold on to the car for 20 years, and every time you go to the shop, it's costing you 3, 4, 5 grand to get something fixed. Man, trade that car and get rid of the car. I'm just saying. Same thing with our relationship. You holding on to this spouse, and every year, there's a cheating scandal going on. He's lying about this. She's lying about that. She getting a text late at night, and it's a man and saying he love her. You're like, who is that? And she, that's just my cousin. Man, come on, man. But again, we stay in these situations because our mom and them and grandma and they've been married for all these years. Okay. Out with the old. Just remember that. Out with the old, in with the new. Last Bible verse, y'all, I promise. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. Y'all see what it's saying? You don't believe me? You can Google it yourself, pull it up in your Bible verse, in your Bible app, whatever you got. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. I'm going to leave y'all with that Bible verse. And I hope y'all was able to learn something through this that, man, look here. It's time to stop doing things we always been doing for the last 30, 40 years. If I don't care if that's the way you always done it, now it's time to do something different, do something new. Out with the old, in with the new, because some of y'all need to get rid of relationships. Some of y'all holding on to your relationships, whether there's a brother, sister, mama, daddy, whatever. Some of y'all call these people soulmates, all these things, these names, these people call them, but we hold on to them just because that's what we was taught. Nah. You can say you heard it here, so don't say you wasn't taught something new here because I didn't told you. Now, I didn't point you in the right direction. At least get into the root cause. The root cause of your relationship, the root cause of why you're holding on to clothes for so many years, the root cause of why you're holding on to shoes, why you're holding on to situations. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got a lot of things we're holding on to because we was taught this from parents and grandparents. That's how they raised us. And that's what we was taught. And that's what we teaching our kids. You want to go on that route, we teaching our kids the same thing. So now they're going down the same. So when we go break the chains, like my wife say, it's time to break the chain. It's time to sever those soul ties, time to break those generational curses. It's time to learn things new. It's time to stop doing old things in new situations. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Stop doing old things in new situations. You try to do the same old thing, but it's a new situation. That don't make no sense. I'll give you a perfect example. You trying to drive in a small, like we used to drive in a small town back in the 60s and 70s. Try doing it out here in Houston doing 30 miles an hour and see if you don't get ran over. When these people doing 70, 80, 90 miles an hour on the freeway. I'm just saying. You bring in old baggage into a new relationship and you want their relationship to work. No, how about you take that year, that 2, that 3 years, 4 years, whatever the case is, to sit down in wilderness and get your mind right before you get rid of something. When I say baggage, I ain't talking about children. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about old hurt wounds, stuff you haven't dealt with from childhood, root cause situations that you haven't dealt with. How about you get to the root cause of those situations? Then once you get to this healing journey, at least get up to middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, or go into high school. You know that makes sense. When you're really able to tell your story, and you see people, you don't cry. When you see you get to this point where you're able to be around people and do things. That's what you need to do. So stop bringing them old things into these new situations, man. I'm about to watch. I got a few videos that can come out of this one video I just did. God is good. I'm gonna go back and rewatch them. I do. I got 3 or 4 videos I know that I just said in this thing that is gonna break off and give me 3, 4 more videos that I can talk about. Again, I'm doing things God way, not day way, your way, my mama no way, daddy way. Nah, I gotta do this God's way. Out with the old, in with the new, family. Out with the old, with the new. Let me read some of y'all chat so we can get out here. I know we went over, but I thank y'all for sticking by and being part of the chat. And it's just we got some newcomers in here, so thank y'all. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you're able to learn something. And if you didn't hit the like button, hey, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to North Free Living. That's my wife Shannon. Subscribe to Joy, Pink Girl Teaches. She always live on Sundays. Subscribe to Telsha. If you don't know Telsha, you should, but you don't know the T on MPD and relationship. Subscribe to her. She's live every Thursday, 7 p.m. We got a lot of people in the community that as you see, we support each other as much as we can. And like I led with this, I'm going to end with this as well. If you don't see the people in this community getting blessed, I don't know what you're paying attention to. I'm just saying they got a lot of people that's being blessed with different things. Like I said earlier, Alan B signed a lease on a truck to drive 18 with his own truck. So that's his truck. You know what I'm saying? He penned a note on his own truck, 18-wheeler. I used to drive 18-wheelers as well, so I know how that is. Joy has a book out and then has, I think, another book, a journal out, and then a thing coming out this Saturday and workshops and all this stuff. Telsha has different things going on. I told you about the 2 million views she had on TikTok. My wife has different things going on. Like I told you, we just was part of a book that came out on Monday, went on Amazon, #1 bestseller. Shannon, put that in the chat again. They missed it. It's 99 cents, I think, still right now. It's #1 on Amazon bestseller in three different areas on Amazon. We wrote a chapter. We wrote a good chapter. I ain't gonna lie, we wrote a good chapter. Real good book. I'm ready to read the rest of it, but it's hard to read on Kindle. I rather have a physical copy. So when the physical copies come out in the next couple of days, I want to read that. But you want to get the Kindle version, it's 99 cents on Amazon. Shannon gonna put the link in there that we can look at it. I also was in an article last month talking about my business, talking about I'm a real estate agent and stuff like that. God is good. We was in a magazine that came out yesterday. Didn't even know we was in the magazine, but I just dropped that thing today. So like I told y'all, God is let me put that on the thing. That's the book right there. It's still 99 cents. Last time I checked earlier today, it was still 99 cents. So like I said, they got different things that's happening in this community, and it's different people. My brother Rizzo got stuff going on in his podcast and different sponsorships. So there's a lot of y'all getting blessings. You win no contact for a year and a half, that's blessing. You woke up this morning, blessings. You able to see, blessing. You able to talk, blessing. You got light, Wi-Fi, air, blessing. You got clothes on your back, blessing. You got too much clothes, blessing. Some of y'all got too much clothes, need to get rid of some of them, but that's a whole nother thing. But what I'm saying is, it's all blessings. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you for that. That's the article that I was featured in last month. Actually, it's the end of last month, so I ain't even 30 days old. I was featured in the article. You want to go read that article? It's a good read, like a 4-minute read. You want to read that article? So, like I'm telling y'all, you got to examine the fruit. So I don't want to be around. I told you I don't like being around yes men. Yes men are people that just like on your every word, and whatever you say, they instead of calling you out on things, they just there for I don't like being around yes men, and I don't like being around people that's just not doing stuff. Now, if you're trying to do something that's different, I'm not talking about you. You're trying to do something, you're trying to get help. Yeah, come around and be over here. I'm talking about for them people that's not trying to do nothing in their life and just want to come around here and time wasters is what they are. I ain't got time for time wasters. I ain't got time for narcissists or none of them people like that, or some people that support narcissists. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'll tell you on that. But again, that's the article. That's the book. Hey, if you want to go check out the book, the article is free. So you can just read the article. You know what I'm saying? The book, like I said, is 99 cents right now. It's just a lot of things going on, man. God is awesome. So God is awesome. Oh, Tiffany said, I just got the book today. Thank you. That's awesome. Let us know. Hey, leave a review. If you got it on Amazon too, leave a review on Amazon. I'm trying to tell people I had to leave a review. I was like, man, we need to leave reviews. Again, reviews are just like likes over here. It's the same thing. Leave reviews, more people can read. Oh, that's a good book. Let me go. So if you remember, once you read it and stuff, you like it, hey, give it a 5-star, whatever the case is, whatever rate you want to give it. And then John Mark say busybodies. Hey, we're just doing God work. And like I told y'all, this is the year, all the seeds you done sowed, all the work you done put in last year, year before, 2, 5, 6 years ago. This is the year right here where things you start to reap those harvests. I didn't know it was gonna be, part of all these things, the magazine and the article. The article came out of nowhere. I didn't know where it was coming from. So I was like, okay. So the article, the book, what I'm saying, the magazine, I'm like, man, what? And we just in February. Article last month, book and magazine next month. We just in February. I'm waiting for March to see what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? What's going on next month? So I'm happy about everybody just doing different things and everything, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, y'all. Let's pray so we can get on out of here. I didn't waste enough of y'all time. Hopefully it wasn't a time waste. I'm not trying to be a time waster. Like I said, hopefully you was able to learn. Hopefully you was able, even through the sitting through this, hopefully you was at least able to think about the root cause and think about when a situation changed in your life and start to think about that. If you need to write it out, man, start journaling and go back to that day where your life changed and journal that stuff out. Write a letter to the person. You know what I'm saying? That you want to write. I ain't say deliver it. Shannon had me do that, a couple years back. Wrote a letter. I ain't sent the letter, but I wrote a letter. I was on my computer. I wrote the letter out and just getting that off your chest. I'm like, man, you go back and read it. Like, man. And sometimes you might go back and read it. It might be 3 months late. You might add a little bit more to it. You start thinking about stuff. So it's good to journal and write these things out and talk about these things if you can. You can share in the chat or whatever. Because I know everybody don't have a YouTube. But if you can get in the live and somebody live and God give you a little the share, man, go ahead and share it out, man. I see the Dr. D saw the review. Yeah, I like I said, one thing about Shannon and myself, we will support, even though it's our own book, it ain't just our book, it's other authors. I try to leave, reviews or help, what I'm saying? It ain't all about money. It's just, helping people out. If you got an event going on, I can make it. I'm going to try to be there. Rizzo know if he got a podcast drop, he send it to me. I try to go listen to it. If I can't listen to the whole thing, I'll break it up, try to listen to a little bit of it, later, But usually it's a short so I can listen to it all in one thing. He's on Alexa and all that stuff, on Spotify and all these things. So, man, you gotta get in the know and figure out that a lot of people are doing things and it's happening right around us. And these blessings, get you some of these blessings around here. Some of this stuff might be rubbing off. I don't know. Go to God and pray and figure out some of these things, man. Oh, amen. You're welcome. That was even me. I don't know. Like I said, I put the stuff on the screen, but we went a little left and right and talked about a few different things, but hopefully we was able to break down everything so far as root cause analysis on situations and things we hold on to. All right, y'all, let's pray so we can get out of here. It's 9:18. Some of y'all got to go to sleep. So I know my brother Rizzo is 10:18. Wait, yeah, let me get my brother to bed. Any of y'all on the East Coast, I don't know where y'all at, the East Coast or another country, stuff like that. Hey, I want to make sure, y'all get to sleep. All right, man, let's pray so we can get out of here. God, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving us this time just to come and worship and just share the knowledge of getting to the root cause of our situation, getting to the root cause of situations that happened when we were children. And some of us are still dealing with these things right now because we haven't unpacked those situations. So I'm praying that everybody is able to get to the root cause of a situation or situations with the S that has happened in their life and be able to unpack those things and figure out how those situations have impacted our lives today. So it's about praying, it's about growing, it's about healing, it's about understanding. So I want to continue praying, and we breaking up generational curses for things our mamas did, our mama did, our daddies did. We breaking up those generational curses and figuring out our family dynamics and how things happen in our life. So we praying for my sister Joy, all the things she have going on. I know she got an event going on Saturday. We praying that you just cover that event and bring the people there that need to be there. We praying for Telsha. She's doing many things and gonna be live tomorrow. We praying for that as well. We praying for my wife Shannon, different things she has going on with events and different signings and all kind of stuff, podcasts. And so she's on a podcast early. So we just praying for these different situations and God just continue just to flow, through this situation. We're praying for my brother Rizzo and brother Alan B, and different people that are in the chat that are going through situations or even not going through situations or in a good place in their life. We praying that they continue to be a blessing to others and not just a blessing to themselves. So we praying for everybody that's in the live, everybody's going to watch this replay. We just want to say thank you because we know we couldn't do this without you. It'll be no me without you. So I thank you for that, oh Heavenly Father, for just giving me the courage, the strength, and just letting the Holy Spirit just actually take over every time I go live. I can feel the shift and see the shift of things that's happening in the atmosphere, things around me. So it's not just me. I'm just trying to be a blessing to somebody else. So if I can go on somebody else's platform or mention somebody's platform, that's what I'm going to do, because I think if they win, we all win. Just like if I win, I think we all win. So I'm just saying thank you for that. Thank you for bringing the people around me that need to be around me. Thank you for establishing relationships of brotherhood that I have. These are relationships of sisterhood that I have and Shannon have right now. So we just thank you for that. It's so much that we can thank you for. I would be on here all night if I was thankful for everything, but I just want to thank you for just lights and just Wi-Fi and just air and just heat, just cars to drive, money to be able to put gas in the car. We know gas prices are rising, but we know that you just continue just giving us ways to just do things. So we just thank you. We thank you for people that have got promoted or about to get promoted in their workplace or even in their situations. We praying for elevation, just being able to see the things that are going on around them and being able to see the snakes before they even strike, because that's the thing. We can recognize the red flags and see the snakes for what they are and call them out for who they are. Call a thing, call a narcissist, a snake. We want to pray for discernment, pray for our faith, and believe that only you, not man, only you can do anything. You can change any situation like that. And I believe that. I'm stepping out on faith on all situations that I'm dealing with moving forward, because I know you can change any situation like that. I've been in a situation where you changed it like that. I thought it was going this way, but it ended up going that way. And luckily it went that way, which was your way, because it worked out for the good. I might have not known it then, but I know it now. And I know some of the people that are in this live while I'm praying have been in those situations where they thought it was good this way, and then you showed them a whole different way, and then they realized their way wasn't right, that you're always right. So we just thank you for just giving us just life in our body, breath in our body, just able to laugh and have fun with narcissist abuse and things like that. So we thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you for the relationships that have been formed. Thank you for the knowledge that has been spread. And we just thank you for the continued blessing, the growth on this channel, the growth on Shannon's channel, Joy, Telsha, Rizzo, even Alan B, what he's doing on Mondays on Clubhouse. We thank you for all the growth and the awareness and the spread of not just the things that we know, but the things that you're telling us to say, because it's all about you. So we just thank you, and we just want to lift you up and just continue bringing people to Christ. If you don't know Christ, we're just praying that you get to know him, you establish a relationship with him. It's time out with the old, in with the new. All right, this we ask in your son Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank y'all again for just being here. And man, like I told y'all, man, if you don't feel a change in the atmosphere or see what's going on, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I feel it because I know I wasn't talking like this last year. I wasn't. I was talking a little bit different. But I'm happy I'm talking this way now. It's changed. I don't take long to catch on to things. So I thank you for that. So, thank you for that. I see it right now. It say, thank you, Jesus. Amen. Thank you for the honest truth. Thank you, amazing Miss Pre, for just sowing that seed. May God return it to you over and over again. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I know I went a little bit longer. Usually I'm You know, I'm trying to get in an hour to an hour and a half. But, you know, this message, like my wife, I'm learning from my wife. Sometimes these messages need to be told. So this root cause, it just had to be told the way it had to be told. And if it took, you know, 2.5 hours or whatever to tell it, okay, well, like my wife said, I'm learning, hey, break it up. Go ahead, you know, break it up. Watch an hour tonight and an hour tomorrow. But if you know, if you're watching the replay or whatever, you know, if you want to come back and watch it, that's the good thing about YouTube and doing these messages. You're able to watch this now and then turn around and watch it again. Because some of you know, you might catch something. I know sometimes I watch something again. It's like I said, watching a movie. You might watch a movie one time or one of your favorite shows one time. You go back and watch it again, you'll catch something that you missed. It's the same with any of these messages that we put on YouTube. You might catch something one time and then turn around, watch it. Like, man, I ain't hear him say that. I ain't hear her say that. So that's what's good about watching. You come back and watch these things over and over. Get your healing. Remember, out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old, in with the new. I'm leaving on that. I'm going to play a little music so we can get out of here. But thank y'all for being here. I thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for all the new subscribers and all that that's growing on the channel. So we're getting closer to hitting, I think, close to 1,800, going over to 2,000 subscribers. So I'm thankful. All that is wins and victories to me. So thank y'all for just being a part of that and just witnessing, you know, the growth of faith-based workplace, the growth of narc-free living, the growth of Pink Girl Teachers, all growth. The growth of the T on MPD relationship. It's all just, the growth of you following the Rizzo, growth. I mean, I'm just saying the growth on even Alan B on Monday nights. I don't catch him a lot because it's on my other phone, but I try to make the ones that I can. But it's just growth going on around here. Y'all need to get part of some of this growth and get some of this healing, get to these root causes of these situations and figure out that you can't do these things alone. That's the other thing I want to say before I leave. Stop thinking you can do all these things alone. Stop thinking that you are alone because you're not. We here. You got life coaches here. You got ministers here. You got all kind of people that's involved and have been in narcissistic abuse or different abuse situations that can help you through your situation. So stop saying you're alone and I don't know how I'm gonna do it and this, that. If you listen to any one of our channels for at least an hour, you'll realize and know it's an anointing on each one of these channels and the people that I'm talking about. And it's also something to be learned from each one of them. So all that unlearning you're doing, start learning some new stuff. So out with the old, in with the new. And that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. I'm gonna play a little music and I'm gonna, you know, keep popping up some of y'all stuff. But God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all next time on Faith-Based Workplace. Turn your notifications on because you never know. I might go live at noon one of these days. You just never know. Might do a noonday little message. But all right, y'all, be blessed. Let me turn the music on.